Good evening, hockey fans, and welcome into your free broadcast presented by the Dan K Show. Here live on YouTube.com, a top 15 NCAA Division III showdown. The boys from the state of NY have been in a state of bliss all season long. SUNY Geneseo, an 8-3-1 start to the 25-26 campaign. They come into their first game of the 2026 calendar year a-blazing, a-buzzing, with goal-scoring, game-winning prowess on their minds. But on the other side of things, a team that stands just a win tonight away from a championship in this short three-team tourney. It's the Tampa College Hockey Invitational and Salve Regina, the number 2 team nationally in NCAA Division III hockey. According to USCHO.com, this Salve Regina team led in by first-year coach Jay Punske, a 5-2 victory, some late-game heroics from none other than Jack Arizo. Joined by Cody Plaza, 3 goals between the two in the third period, 4 goals between the two in the game. A W for the Seahawks puts us in a big one here tonight, and I could not call a big game. I could not call a barn burner. I could not bring you the energy we will bring you tonight here with the Dan K Show. Myself, Dan K, on the play-by-play. To my right, I introduce in my right-hand man, my consigliere mon frere for another mayor. It's Lucas Jones, the man who's in charge of all the travel, all the tech, and most importantly, the charcuterie boards for the Dan K Show. How's it going, Lucas?
I take my charcuterie boards very seriously, but even more seriously than that is how I take my hockey. I'm excited for today's game. Yesterday, we got treated to a back-and-forth north-south and east and west. Both teams really got into all aspects of the game. We thought we were going to see this Salve Regina team just go north to south, and Tufts was going to have to contain them. But Tufts, they found ways to get out in front. They found ways to make it a speedy game. And now Salve Regina is going to have to play back-to-back nights against the Knights here. And this is going to be a fast one because I think when you were talking about, Dan, including the rankings, some of the stuff we learned about goal differential, and just kind of looking at these teams, this could be a really quick back-and-forth game.
For the ladies and gentlemen listening in at home, around the world, around the country, we ask you to be a part of tonight's broadcast. Reach out to us, Instagram, Facebook, X, or Twitter, whatever you want to call it, TikTok, at @Dan K Show. That's @Dan K Show. Be a part of the broadcast. We want to know where you are watching tonight's game broadcast from and who you're rooting for. Who's your favorite player eyeside? Let's start, Lucas, with a little breakdown of the players. And on this Geneseo side, these Knights are looking to have a night, and it all starts at the top line. It's the guy who sounds like he could run a Vegas club, the Dice Man, alongside Weberg and Panchizin. These 3 are tough to stop, impossible to contain.
Yeah, this is going to be a tough go for Salve Regina because the Knights are stacked, and you have to start with that top line. And you look at Weberg, who's got D1 experience, and he anchors a line that's full of goal scoring, full of assists. There's a lot of points up here. I know it's cheesy to say set the tone, but that first line, they got to get out there, and they got to let Salve Regina know, hey, if you guys are a little tired, you're going to get even more tired after this one.
Speaking of cheesy, look no further than Cameron Ricotta. And if there's something folks from New York know as a Jersey man myself, it's Ricotta. And it's the beauty of Ricotta. This is a Division I beauty who transfers into Geneseo. And Ricotta, Forberg, McDonald, EI, goals aplenty when these 3 take the ice.
Well, normally in Jersey, you don't pronounce the last part of that word. You pronounce it Rigaud. But you pronounce every single player's name on that third line correctly because you're going to learn those names early and you're going to hear them often. The third line is important in every game, and I like the look of what they put together. There's a lot of size here. There's some assist magic. There's some solid career numbers as well. You like the way that this roster is constructed. I think this third line is well positioned to create some havoc.
On the other side of things, Salve Regina goes back to the well again with a top, basically every division category, no matter how you cut it, how you shape it. From Selby Warren, and he's the best netminder on right now, the way he's been playing out of Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Selby Warren gets his second straight start.
Yeah, and right now we feel like we have to put a little Warren out for everybody else. If you try to shoot without creating a little bit of pressure in front, if you try without trying to go backdoor side to side, then you're going to be in for some trouble, because Warren absolutely dominated the space between the pipes. He was out, he was physical, he was a part of the action, and Warren made some excellent saves all day yesterday. You can try to screen him, you can try to give him open lanes. I don't think it matters. He's going to make the save.
Yesterday was the re-show for Jack Arizo. Today, I think you got to look at the second forward line. The man from Duxbury, Massachusetts, is going to be quack attacking all over the ice. It's Jonathan Hamill, joined by Logan Calder and Matthew Brunton. This group's
that we're watching on the Salve Regina side, right? He is a player that we said at the beginning of the tournament you have to keep an eye out for. And this is something that's going to be, I think, a line that gets out there in mismatches. These are guys that seem to be ready all the time, and I would not be surprised to see them maybe take an extra shift when the other team goes to maybe make a change. Hey, get out there, see what you can do with an extra 30 seconds.
A freshman who, due to a typo, is listed at 6'12". I don't think he's 7 foot tall. I think he might be 6'2". But I'll tell you what, Roger Davis played like he was 6'12" yesterday, and he bumps up from the extra skater spot yesterday to the second D pair alongside another guy who had 4 blocked shots in a victory, Aiden Elkins.
Well, if he was 6'12" by Dan Cascio law, I'd have to go down and interview him. So I'm happy that that's not correct. But I think you're right? He made an impact. I think that's obvious. And you look at, I think, with what Elkins did, what Davis can do, they are going to have to come up big. This SUNY team, they loom large, right? They come from a tough schedule. They've been very successful with it. The defensemen are going to have to pick up, not slack, they're going to have to pick up a lot.
Alongside a battle-tested senior. And this group, watch out for them on the side of Geneseo.
Well, it's a little mix and match, right? You've got the youth mixed with the KG vet, right, in Demeski, a name that you and I certainly know well for his ability to be a leader on the ice. And this line, as it's constructed, you see a pretty decent amount of points here. I like what Diamond brings to the ice. You see him a lot. We've seen him in the NCDC play, and I think that he's going to carry that over to this level of hockey.
If you're seeing some choppiness at home, we're working on it behind the scenes again. This break 15 minutes ago till puck drop, hockey fans. Thing interesting with the W tonight. Two top 15 teams in the NCAA Division III landscape will wage war down ice side. And the only man that I could call this game with, I am Dan K of the Dan K Show. To my right-hand man, my consigliere mon frere from another mare, it's Lucas Jones. Lucas, welcome into the rink as we get ready for this one.
Thank you, Dan. It is good to be here. The officials doing their pregame skate to make sure everything is up to standard here. They're getting themselves ready for what should be a fun one tonight. Two very good hockey teams. One of those teams, like we said, playing last night, Salve Regina getting the win against Tufts. SUNY coming into this one, they've got the fresh skates. We'll see if that helps them in the early going.
SUNY Geneseo coming to this one. The Knights 8-3-1 overall, 5-1-0 in conference. On the other side, Salve Regina 13-1. What a start for first-year head coach Jake Punske and his Seahawks. Lucas, you look at this matchup tonight, you look at these two teams, it's going to be a fun one. The starting lineups will be read in a moment. We'll let you know them up here in the booth. On the Salve Regina side, Aiden Connolly out of Marshfield, Massachusetts, the Sacred Heart University D1 commit, the D1 transfer. Cade DeStefani, the centerman, the senior out of Bedford, New Hampshire. He comes from Lindenwood University. And then Jack Arizo to the right, the transfer from Chatham University out of West Bloomfield, Michigan, a 5'10" tall sophomore. The defenseman, Teddy Hember out of the Ogden Mustangs from Stockholm, Sweden. And Grant Heinman, a freshman from Westchester, PA. Former Ogden Mustang as well. Goaltender, former Janesville Jet out of Toronto, Ontario, 6'4" tall junior, Selby Warren. For the SUNY Geneseo Knights, it's going to be Carter Deisman out of King City, Ontario. To the left side of things on the forward line, the centerman, Philip Weberg, transfer from University of Alaska Fairbanks Division I. He's from Trondheim, Norway, 6'2" tall junior. How about the 5'8" tall right wing junior, Luke Panchizin from Lincolnshire, Illinois. He played for the Boston Advantage when they existed in the NCDC. The defensive pair to start this one, Sean Nelso, former Hitman NCDC star, a junior 6 foot 0 inches tall out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. To his right, the freshman Jackson Stimple, a large and in-charge right defenseman at 6'5" out of Avon Lake, Ohio. In net from the South Shore Kings NCDC, the Kingdom as they call it, from Mjolby, Sweden, Jacob Torner, 6'2", two tall netminders today, Lucas. A battle of the big men in net.
They're going to have to go to work early, often, and for the entirety of this game. As we said in the pregame show, there's a ton of offensive talent on both sides. And Dan, I would not be surprised to see quite a bit of offensive action within that 10-foot circle, pucks in front of the net. Second chances are where goals are scored, but you can't get a second chance unless you get the first one on net.
Both teams have a chance to win one tonight. Every game matters in the Division III ranks. In this one, it matters more than most. The trophy on the line mid-season in the white, green, and blue. The Salve Regina Seahawks in that navy, white, and silver. The SUNY Geneseo Knights. Let's take it down ice side now for your starting lineups in our national anthem. The lineups have been read. The anthem has been sung. There's nothing more to do but settle it ice side now. Puck drop in just a moment. The SUNY Geneseo Knights taking on the Salve Regina Seahawks. A battle of top 15 squads in NCAA Division III hockey. Lucas Jones to my right. I am Dan K. You're watching along with the Dan K Show for free on YouTube.com. Engineer Brian Linzer behind the scenes, bringing you all the action. We are excited for this one. We hope you are at home as well. Lucas, before this one, we talked to Toby O'Brien, who organized the tournament here this weekend. SUNY Geneseo expected 50 at their alumni dinner before this game. They received 110 plus. Talk about a school with an outpouring of love. You heard the Knights during the national anthem there.
I mean, it's awesome. This is what it's about. It's about a fan base that's engaged. It's about people coming to see you, whether you're playing at your home rink, playing at a visiting rink, or playing at a special event like this one. It is so much fun to have a packed house, and you'll love it. The energy here is going to be electric if that first SUNY goal gets scored.
The Geneseo Knights are saying, can you please say the name correctly? I believe we've been saying Geneseo as it says on the line sheet. Geneseo. Geneseo.
Geneseo. Yeah, that's what it says on the line sheet.
That's what we're saying aloud, and that is also what they wrote into the DMs. Geneseo. I've said it 100 times. I hope I'm not passing out up here and saying it incorrectly. That shot redirects wide. Taken on net again. Puck drops for the first time tonight. It's hockey time here in Tampa. Fired up ahead. Quick shot. Catching gloves knocked away. First chance of the game comes for Salve Regina. Luke Panchizin going to reel it in. Panchizin trying to tap that one behind. Holding, sitting, waiting. Jackson Stimple with the puck. Geneseo on this puck. The Knights move it ahead. Seahawks take it away. Handed on Elkins. Elkins plays this one along. Beautiful little give and go on that one. Shot just missing blocker side. Quick start for Salve. Salve Regina scored yesterday in the first minute and a half. Right here trying to find their first chance. Puck pops into the catching glove of Jacob Torgner. Again, the young man from Mjölby, Sweden gets the start. A junior 6'2" tall.
Yeah, and he's been pressured in the first little bit here. Couple of shots that went wide, a couple shots that popped up. That one having to be saved. This Salve side trying to bring the pressure early.
Connolly on the draw for Salve Regina. He'll take on Greg Diamond, the big man, a freshman we know good and well in the Dan K Show for Geneseo. Bagnall backhands this one up towards center. Tapped away by Elkins. Going to find its way to Arizo. Shoveled on in. Diamond takes it down. Just a bit offside there. Trying to make some things happen. Just a step too quick.
Well, that'll happen. I mean, we did see both teams yesterday playing in their first game, and there was a little bit of that. You know, a little bit of mistimed entries, a little bit of sluggishness. This SUNY side coming in for their first game in the new year. So, I mean, that little zone entry, that'll get cleaned up.
What a crowd we got in this one. You can see the Knights fans aplenty. You got some Seahawks faithful in attendance. Some junior hockey players in the building as well, looking for their next place to play. Played along. Greg Diamond, a big hit on Connolly. Puck comes free. Here comes Arizo. Arizo, the game last night, 2 goals scored. There, a backhand shot steered aside by Torgner, his second save. Arizo's run hard on the boards. Again, 2 goals last night for Arizo. He scored that first one for Salve. Backhanded out, stolen away, trying to hold up, wait for some time. Could not time it up. One step too early for Sterling Walters. Sterling, you know, it's a silver, but this guy's solid gold on that third D pair.
Yeah, and it's been, I think it's been evident, it's going to be evident by the end of today, you know, which guys kind of have that lockdown presence. I think he's going to be one of those guys we'll be talking about quite a bit. But this kind of mirrors the way we started things off, Dan, and you want to pull those parallels out because yesterday's game was so exciting, was so electric. I would love to get another one of those today.
Puts this one up. Brunton tries to knock it down. McDonald wants to play it. Geneseo going to have it. Fired through the legs past Ricotta. He couldn't shave that one along. It'll make its way down for the icing whistle. 17:58 remains in the first period of play. You're watching the Tampa College Hockey Invitation, brought to you by Overspeed Hockey. Ice time. And the Dan K Show here on your call. Face off, Ryan Forberg for the Knights, taking on Logan Calder. Knocked aside, backing up on it is Walters. He'll turn this one on McDonald. Kovac's going to have to retreat, setting things back up. Lucas, this is the first game since the break for the Knights. You saw the Seahawks, the Jumbos, a little bit of time needed to wake up in game one yesterday. The Knights trying to get on that front skate here in the early going.
Yeah, and they want to set the tempo, set the tone a little bit. They'd like to be spending a little more time in the offensive side, but I mean, look, you're only 2.5 minutes into this one. There is going to be a lot of hockey left.
One back for Kovacs. Kovacs, Plinko pass ahead, Ricotta. Ricotta backhands that one. It's going to be Walters yet again. Nice long shift to start the game for him. His first of the day. Turned back on, taken away by Roger Davis. Talked about the game the freshman had yesterday. He was stellar alongside Aiden Elkins today. Yesterday he was the extra skater. Today he's on that second D pair. That one off the skate. Mobbitt blocks it. Taken away, one-timer shot off the post. Rings the post with it. Couldn't put it home. Tortner to the Stokowiak, and Nathan just misses the first one.
That one was close. You could hear that post get rung out all the way across the rink. The only louder sound was the disappointment from the fans in attendance. They want to see one go.
The Knights nearly strike first. We talked about it kind of waking up in the first 3 minutes. Well, they would have been wide awake there if Stokowiak potted one home. Stokowiak backhands this one away. DeStefani going to chase him. Played on ahead. Diceman going to skate away from it. Turned on in by Gatewood. He heads off for an obedient line change here. Diceman backs this one up with a skate. Little kick play there to move it along. Trying to find Weberg in the middle. Could not. DeFlorio, he backs this one up for Stimple at center. Stimple taps ahead past Diceman. Brunton now after it. Brunton backhands. Holding DeStefani. Pitched on up Weberg. Weberg hands back. DeFlorio, he'll hold. DeFlorio, Weberg. Weberg moves on over Diceman. Stick lifted there. Pinches in, looking around. Wanted Dakota Zarudny. Won't get to him. Instead, it's Brunton who takes it away. Plinko to head. Calder, little give and go. Caught offside. Thought they might have had it. There it was Calder and Hamill coming together. But the offside whistle blows.
And that's another one that's just a little mistimed. And there was some contact there. Both teams really battling near the blue line. They're trying to contest these zone entries. They don't want either side to get a good zone entry any way they can, whether it's dump and chase, whether it's a carry-in. You've seen what happens when you do. Two good shots for either team.
Zarudny here for Geneseo. Going to take this one around. Whistle blows. Offside again. Both sides just one step too quick. One step too quick in the early going.
Everybody take a deep breath when you're getting in the zone. Maybe look a little left, look a little right, see where the boys are.
Diamond with Bagnall to his left. On the right, Alex Demeski. Demeski going to poke that one along. Where's the hit, but makes the play. Down after it, Bagnall. Trying to chop that one free. Demeski dishes out some physical punishment. Around it comes. Behind the net for Brady Farrell. Farrell will fire it down. Played there by DeFlorio. No icing coming. It stays alive. No trouble for Geneseo. DeFlorio has it knocked away. Out there with a little yard sale, losing a glove off a hard hit. Zarudny moves it back along. Turned on in Demeski. Diamond down after it. Played around the near side boards. Up through center they come. That's Brunton. Played off the stick of Stephanie. Now it's Ricotta on this one with a head of steam. Ricotta, quick out angle shot. Save made. Puck popped free. That last poke at it won't make friends in front of net. And Selby Warren holds on.
Yeah, that's not going to make any friends. It's actually going to make quite a few enemies on both teams. But you're right, that puck did pop out a little bit. It did look a little bit loose, right? So you're just coming in to check and make sure it's firmly in the netminder's possession. But you pay for that privilege, Dan. You certainly pay for it now. And these teams, they've got a long memory. They're going to remember that.
The SUNY Geneseo Knights, they come into this one 8-3-1 on the season. The Salve Regina Seahawks 13-1 after a win last night. Lucas, these two teams, They could be playing for a title come the end of the year.
They could be. I mean, these are two teams that are highly ranked. They're having great seasons on either side. I think the numbers support what you see. They passed the eye test.
Bone took that shot. It's blocked away. Forberg keeps it alive. Back to Bone. Tries to throw in front. Backhand shovel onto the net. Gloved out of the air and held on too tight by Salve Warren. A nice flurry there by the attack of SUNY Geneseo. Keeps this at 0-0 though as Salve Warren makes the stop.
Yeah, and these little flurries of activity after the whistle, I will tell you this. The people in stripes, they get a little tired of that stuff pretty quickly. We saw it, I think, in yesterday's game, Dan, where towards the end, they were getting called on quite a bit, right? So take advantage of the chippiness while you can, boys.
Do you think that refs wear vertical stripes because they're slimming?
I would.
Bone turns that one over.
I mean, absolutely. If you can get away with a little bit of aesthetic as well as usefulness, go for it.
Couldn't imagine if they were wearing the horizontals. Tough look for the boys.
I hate it already.
Forberg up for Walters. Walters walls this one around the glass behind. Heineman going to win the race to it, bodies him off it. More Dennis Rodman boxing out for a rebound there than Wayne Gretzky, but gets the job done physically. Around it comes. Got to use the body, Lucas. You got to use the body. You see a lot of that today with these two sides. Two teams not afraid to get physical. Carried on in. Quick shot high. Hit the mask there of Salve Warren and drops aside.
And use the mask. Use whatever you can. If you've been watching the World Juniors, there's a lot of mask saves being made, especially in that USA-Sweden game. Use your head, young man, but also maybe mix in a glove or two.
Stakowiak leaves this one off for Payne Gatewood. Gatewood out of Boulder, Colorado. He's going to rock his way into the zone here. Hard hit from Nathan Stakowiak. The stack attack is back.
Stakowiak rattling the boards, almost knocking the lights behind the net down. That could be a problem if he gets back there again.
Melso unable to keep this one. Going to be carried on through center. Quick shot taken by Farrell. Around for Weberg, off a change here, taps ahead. Grobonopoulos going to reel it in. Grobonopoulos just missing his man, Aiden Connolly. Down after it, Dakota Zarudny. Zarudny backs along, finding Dimitri DeFlorio out of Massapequa, New York. Carrying around, Weberg holds, waits, turns, wishing, wondering, kicks it back up. Flip back behind, reaching out after it as Elkins can't get there. DeStefani now will track this one down. Flips out towards the blue line. Connolly leaves there for Arizo. Arizo has it kicked away on the cross ice look. Panchizin takes it. Arizo now takes it right back. The neutral zone, a tough place to be in today's game.
Yeah, you got to move quick through that. We talked about it on the pregame show. The longer you sit at center, the more chance you have of wearing a big hit or letting the other team create a turnover. Get that thing moving.
Talk about move quick. A beautiful pass there for Bagnall. Nearly creates a scoring chance. Was looking for Panchizin on a back doorstep, just outside his reach. Kovacs, he'll back him up to the boards. Chopping at this one. Trying to fight it free. Working on it is Matthew Brunton. Pushed back behind Walters now. Hard hit from behind up high on Logan Calder.
Yeah, that's one that if it continues, you might see get called. It's a 50-50 hit, but it's fun to watch.
Diamond now, he backs up using the body along the near side boards. Popped up high into the air. Walters lets it drop at center. Calder going to take a swing at him there. Now one tipped along. Back after it now. Reeling it in is Brunton. Brunton fires it back ahead. Going to miss wide of the net there. The whistle's going to blow for an icing at 11:25 to go in the first. Be sure to be a part of the broadcast today at _Dan K Show, Instagram, Facebook, X, and TikTok. Lucas, as a man with the last name Kemichek, spelled K-M-I-E-C-H-I-C-K, they had to call the show the Dan K Show. Anytime I mess up the name Geneseo, I will donate $100 to charity.
Love that.
Charity of anyone's choice. You can write in and let us know the charity. Geneseo, you're in charge at home of tracking me.
Oh, boy.
I'm nervous. I'm not made of money. In fact, I have none of it. This one tapped along Forberg. Up high into the air, Bone tries to take it down. Plaza crosses that blue line, shovels along Ricotta after it. Ricotta tips along. There's Bone. Plaza now off a skate. Hard hit at center. McDonald able to fight it free and flip it along for the Knights. Torgner. Little high pressure there. Grobonopoulos will take. Around Stokowiak. Turns it on Mabet. About halfway through this first period of play. Both sides trying to find that first one. Tatered always tough to strike in the early going of a top 15 matchup.
That one almost dangerous there. That puck hit a stanchion, took an odd bounce, ringed around the backside of the netminder, backside of Torgner. You almost lost that one, Dan, but you make a great point here is I think two teams kind of settling into the back and forth, right? We know that there's a lot of X's and O's going on in the back bench, right? A ton of coaching experience on both sides, making sure the lines are matched up. And you look at a matchup like this, two teams who have good goal differentials, good records. And this is great hockey you're seeing. When neither team can really find a way through center, that's not bad hockey. That's just great defense on the other side.
Puck popped out at center ice here, so we'll take the draw and restart this thing perfect at the 10-minute mark in the first. Just do it again as it pops up into the bench.
Stop popping pucks off the ice. There's only so many down there. We're going to have to go re-up at the intermission.
That top line out there for both sides to Stephanie Connolly and Arizo for Salve Regina, Deisman, Weberg, Panchezin for Geneseo. Zarudny gives this one to Florio, around after it Elkins. Elkins is hit hard. Spun on, Zarudny wants it, can't pinch it in. Another hit from DeFlorio. Physicality reigning supreme now. That one tapped along. Deisman couldn't reel it in. Taken on. Drake shot by Panchizin. Waffle boarded high into the air there. No chances taken on the save by Selby Warren.
Yeah, that's a good, solid save. Just try to get a piece of the body on it, piece of the equipment on it, and knock it away. A lot of high shots so far from this Knights side. They are finding ways to make the netminder uncomfortable. We'll see if they continue to test that high spot in the net.
Close play there, nearly a hook on Salve Regina. The coaching staff on the bench of Geneseo was looking for the call. The hand stays down, letting the boys play in the early going. Bagnall tips this one. It's going to be a race now with Heineman. So much speed in this game. Spun on in front, no look pass. When Pat Mahomes right there, just firing it, looking for a receiver. It gets tapped along in a bevy of bodies in front of the crease. Brunton now will play it. Chipped on out, chasing after it Calder. Calder will win the race and get the icing waved off. Hard hit from him, but Walters wins the battle. Through the legs of Hamill, taken by Brunton. Chased by Greg Diamond. Now one takes a deflection off of Nick Kovacs, the young man from Delta, British Columbia. Farrell reels it in. Backs up. Holds, passing ahead. Off a body there, trying to lift that one into the zone. Pitching it up was Thomas Giram, the freshman at 5'10" tall.
Dan, right now there is no tougher place to be than at the blue line trying to get a zone entry. Both teams having to work so hard just to get the puck in the zone that by the time they do,
Grobonopoulos puts the shot in front of Scramble after it. Huge save made. Jacob Torgner stopped the first, which was redirected. The second was poke saved away, saving the day. It's the man from the kingdom, Jacob Torgner. That shot swatted down with a glove. Backhand rebound try, knocked aside, body in front of it. To knock that one along was Brady Farrell for Salve Regina.
And just as I start talking about how hard it is to get a zone entry, we get a zone entry for both teams. If that isn't calling hockey, Dan, I don't know what is.
Gatewood throws on the brakes there. Nifty little move to get this one free. He'll skate along the zone. DeFlorio over the boards. He'll join the mess. This one turned behind. Handed on in front. Shot. Kick save and barely knocked aside by Warren. Puck still free to Florio. He'll back up, creating some pressure now. DeFlorio hands in. That one redirects. It's kicked aside. Another pad save. Warren covers up, loses the paddle, and body splash everywhere. Carnage in the crease.
Everybody was in the crease looking for a puck, and the puck wasn't anywhere close. The netminder had it under his glove and immediately pushed himself out of the scrum.
He curling stoned it out of there. He had the glove on the ground and was just pushing.
First, remove yourself from the scrum, then remove the puck from the scrum. He got himself out of there. The boys kept getting after it. And Dan, one thing that has kind of caught my eye here, I'll also say two things that have caught my eye. Again, the number of junior hockey players in attendance for this game, it is absolutely fantastic to see that continue. We're going to get our first penalty here as a result of that scrum.
Both sides going to take a penalty there, 2 on each side. It's Bramwell and it's Stakowiak, both for roughing. Waiting to see if we get the 4-on-4 signal here. And we got a slash added in as well. They gave the 4-on-4. So it seems a few calls coming on each side. Looks like a roughing for Bramwell, a slashing for Stakowiak. Both 2 minutes. It'll be 4-on-4 with 6:55 to go in the first. 0-0 your score.
Just a bunch of penalties coming there. And I really like this approach here by the officiating crew, right? Let them go 4-on-4, get the guys in the box, start to reel in some of this physicality, especially after the whistle.
Face-off makes its way to Jack Arizo for the Seahawks. Arizo turns it back towards his own end. Up ahead to Stephanie. DeStefani gets this one into the zone. Quick shot! Beautiful hands from DeStefani, and even better save by Jacob Torgner.
Yeah, Torgner there, flashing the leather, putting a little panache on that one. Just letting the boys know he's got their back, and you're going to have to work a little harder to get one past him.
Panache, chocolate panache.
5 years of French.
Ganache.
Guys only focused on desserts.
It's ganache, not
panache. That's all we really learned, is how do we pronounce various delicious desserts.
De bonbon pour moi.
Good luck with that one.
Oui. 1:43 to go on the 4-on-4. 6:38 remains in the first. To Stephanie taking on Weber. Long conversation in the face-off circle here. An understanding is reached. The puck is dropped, and we're back into play here. 6:30 left in the period. Zarudny ahead. Finds Deisman. Deisman just throws Hyman to the side. Hands in front. The shot's knocked along. Warren gets it again.
A little disrespectful with that hit. Throwing him down. Making him pay for that.
Arizo with a zone entry look. That one paddled aside. Wanted to wrap it around in front. No one there to grab it. At the blue line. Handed for DeStefani. DeStefani to Arizo. Moving on along here. Back for DeStefani. No shooting lane. Nice job by DeFlorio to take it away. Delayed penalty call coming here. 5-on-4 we skate. The net empty for the Seahawks. Salve Regina about to get a power play chance. They're happy to take their time here with the delayed call. They'll set back up behind the net. Holding, waiting, wishing, wondering. Hember on this one. Here comes Teddy. Teddy carries ahead, gives on Calder, chips it in. Backhand shovel shot high off the glass, back to the blue line. Seahawks will keep it alive. Still no touch up yet from Geneseo. Holding, waiting, gives on. Knocked aside again. Touched up there by Zarudny. And with 5:17 to go in the first period, it'll be a 4-on-3 power play. The penalty call for slashing against the Knights.
And this could be a tough one to take in this scenario, too. You've got a top-line guy right now who is going to the box, creating an extra skater situation. It gets a little bit messy with the 4-on-4 here. But, Dan, I think what this means is an extended chance and a good one for a Salve Regina team that certainly needs no help when producing offense.
Philip Weberg to the box. Last night it was back-to-back power play goals followed by an empty netter that put the game away for Salve Regina. Gotta keep them off the special teams. They have been certainly special, leading them to this 13-1 record thus far this season.
They really have. And again, potentially a discussion.
Smells like funnel cake in the booth. Delicious.
Well, no one has funnel cake. And I will point something out, Dan, is you know how you get distracted by dogs in the rink?
Yep.
I'm distracted by an individual wearing a purple, almost cowboy hat, very fashionable, right at center. Once you see it, you can't look away.
Seahawks are on the power play. That shot blocked. Arizo on the chance. Gets it right back. Given low side here. Holding with it, back for Arizo. Shot deflected high into the air. Blocked by Melso. Gatewood a block, Melso a block. Already 2 on the power play here. Connolly hands this one off. One-timer shot off the post. We skate 5-on-4 now. A skater back on for each side. Power play continues. 1:27 to go on that. 4:45 in the period. Handed off Cody Plaza. Plaza gives this one a head-off side whistle. The tough one to take there entering the zone.
And he does not like the call either. A little frustrated with that one. Some pushing and shoving after the play. Nobody happy after that for a multitude of reasons. Everyone's got complaints, and they're letting them fly right now. That shot, Dan, that rang the post, that was off a nifty little deflection right in front, too. It's exactly the kind of play you want to have when you're up a man.
Each side has rung a post today so far. Zarudny will play this one along off the center ice face-off. DeStefani tracks it down. He's pressured by Stakowiak right out of the box and back into the fray. Kruska was looking for it, won't get it. Instead, DeStefani. He pokes it along. Kruska after it. Stick lifted there by Zarudny. Leaves it off to DeStefani. DeStefani trying to poke it for Calder. Reels this one back up to the top of the circle. Takes a redirection. Wide. Move back up. Hember can't reel it in. Too much on the pass. He'll have to chase it 200 feet away from the net. Holding up is Hember. 40 seconds to go on the power play now. Tapped on Hamill. Turned on Calder. Around after it is Kovacs defensively. DeStefani on the offensive end. Kovacs shoves him, pushes him, hits him. Everything he can do to get him off that puck. They'll still be tied up. Nice work there by Walters to come in and help out. Kruska going to come free with it. Trying to turn it back up towards the blue line. Nowhere to go with it. Gatewood took the passing lane away, so he puts it back into the battle along the boards. They'll tie it up. 5 seconds to go on the power play. What a defensive job by Geneseo there. Absolute big brother activity. Holding that puck along the boards for 40 seconds of power play time. And now a big hit at center ice, going to bring another call. McDonald going to run into him. Calder not only going to draw a penalty, but going to win an Oscar.
And now the yelling has reached a fever pitch on both sides. Both teams right now really going to have to check this one. Otherwise, this game could be played in its entirety 4-on-4 at this point. And I think the officials now having a more lengthy discussion about what they're going to do here. And Dan, I think it's certainly I'm going to be asking Coach about when I go down for my first intermission interview.
Taking a look down here, Trainer with Calder. The first hit on Calder certainly bringing that penalty every time. The second hit's the questionable one. They're taking a look now at Calder, and they're going to put him in the box, it appears, for the fall off the McDonald hit. McDonald in the box, Calder in the box, and Punske, Coach Punske on the Salve Regina side, he's unhappy. On the Geneseo side, you look at Chris Schultz, and he doesn't seem too upset with the call right now, Lucas. It seems to be settled back into things on this one, and right now with 3:08 to go, we may be skating 4-on-4 for the second time in the period. Demeski giving a signal to the bench. It's going to be 4-on-4. It's the first hit from McDonald that brings the call. It's the second hit where he goes down that puts him at 4-on-4. 3:08 left to go in the first period. And Salve Regina taking their time to put 4 skaters on the ice. Greg Diamond going to take the draw for Geneseo. Looks like Brunton on the other side of things for Salve Regina. Nothing to score. A top 15 NCAA Division III showdown playing out the way it should right now. It's Brunton. Brunton skates it around, a lot more room to work with for each side. He'll take it to the office here. Hands back up, blue line, Hember. Hember looking back, Brunton down to a knee. Can't get that shot off. Pitchforked up to center, out it comes, 2-on-1. Has Diamond on your near side. He'll take the shot wide, glove side. Played in the corner by the big man, Greg Diamond. The freshman there for the Mercer Chiefs plays it back to the blue line. Keeps this one alive, tries to go nutmeg on him, could not. Poked back along and free. A deep breath for both sides, including your broadcast team for a moment. We tell you, stay tuned during the second intermission. A lot to come. Demeski here. First intermission, we'll have Toby O'Brien, who put this whole shindig together for you folks at home and in attendance here in Tampa, Florida. The second year of the Tampa College Hockey Invitational. We'll also have an interview with head coach Chris Schultz of SUNY Geneseo at the break. Played by Diamond. Pestered there by Elkins. Diamond, Demeski, neither one wants to let it go. Elkins trying to work it free and does. Arizo leaves off to Stephanie, finds some space. Drake shot, no. Rebound try, saved aside. The block on the first shot, the save on the second shot. Torgner gets one stop there. Melso now going to battle. Trying to work this one free. A delayed call coming down to the ice. They go. This game is getting chippy. Don't tell these teams they're on vacation in the Sunshine State. This is all business. This is all battle. Melso going to head to the box. On the other side of things, for Salve Regina, it's going to be DeStefani. You just keep seeing this extracurricular, the physicality. A cup on the line, doesn't matter if it's mid-season or the final game of the year. Guys tend to play a bit harder. Mobbitt going to be out there. Will stay 4-on-4. Davis trails behind him. Face-off won by the Knights. Weberg turns that one on. A minute 30 to go in the first. Still nothing. No goals, plenty of tussles. Mobbitt going to chase it down for the icing whistle with 1:21 to go in the first period.
And Dan, from ice side here, boys in the box having what I would describe as a spirited discussion back and forth across our scorers table down here. Not exactly being encouraged, but seemingly not discouraged either. They might be trying to put their differences aside. We'll find out.
These two teams seem to be at an impasse, Lucas, but it's good to hear that negotiations are still happening.
Negotiations are certainly underway for the remainder of this game.
No peace treaties in the game of hockey. They'll continue to hit hard. That one knocked aside. Lucas Jones, ice side, getting ready for his interview with head coach of the SUNY Geneseo Knights, Chris Schultz, in his 20th season behind the bench. Not a big deal, just 331 W's. Whistle blows this one dead. 50.7 seconds left to go. Officials turning into peacekeepers here at the whistle. The first goal is going to be a big one here, folks. You see the way this game's going. You see the tempers boiling over. You're seeing these two teams start to hit. You're seeing the physicality. Two good netminders. That first one, they know how important it is. They know what it means to be ahead in a game like this.
Well, and Dan, I think some of the frustration you're seeing that's boiling over is as a result of not having any goals scored, right? There's been a lot of good chances, and you've either been stopped by defense or stopped by netminder.
Connolly going to get hit by Panchizin, still makes the pass there. Shot blocked, second chance, swing and a miss on that one. Fans on the chance, it's played back out. Plinko pass ahead, Grobinopoulos on it. Moved on along with a backhand. Kovacs going to chase it, trailing Connolly. Connolly centered on in front, lifted it high over the crossbar, couldn't put it on. Point blank range, just gets under it with the blade and lifts it high. It was Brunton on the chance. Connolly with the assisting chance. Grobinopoulos around, out of his net to settle it, Torgner. He gets tied up with it. Plaza with one last second chance effort. 1 second left to go. 0, buzzer sounds, whistle blows. And why not a little bit more hitting before we head to the locker room? Couple hays, a couple yells, couple hits, couple shoves, couple pushes. And now we'll have interviews with Lucas Jones and Coach Schultz down there ice side. I got to imagine, Lucas, you're going to ask him about the chippiness in this game. These two teams coming after each other in the early going. How do you find that goal if you're Coach Schultz? We'll ask him ourselves here. Nothing after one. Got to talk about Cody Plaza's performance this weekend so far. Yesterday, guy came out, played an incredible game. Today, you just see him. He never stops skating. That last 3 seconds, that tussle, that little fight at the end of the period comes from that Plaza second chance effort on the Salve Regina side. Now we go down to the man in his 20th season, Coach Schultz with Lucas Jones.
Thanks, Dan. Yeah, Coach, let's talk about a first period, which, I mean, we saw at the end there, continuously getting more and more chippy right now. When you go into the locker room in a game that's been this physical, how do you manage the emotions with your team?
Well, both teams have a choice to make. You can be a bunch of morons out there and play this way, or you can try to play the game the right way and win a really important hockey game. That's what I don't even know if these guys understand, the fact that this is a huge game for the national pairwise, and you know, with all the antics going on out here, it's kind of embarrassing, to be honest with you.
Now, I mean, you look at your record here, your 20th season right now coaching, a win-loss well in the plus side of things. You look back on the experience that you have and you bring it to Geneseo. I mean, just talk about the guys and how they're responding to the level of experience you and your coaches bring to the game.
Well, I think we've established a pretty good culture. I think it all starts with culture. You know, we've been to 5 Frozen Fours in the last 10 years of competition, you know, and there's a lot of recruits that want to come play for Geneseo. It's a great, you know, a great community of hockey fans, whether it's the people from the town or the student body. It's one of the top places to play in terms of atmosphere at the Division III level, and it's a privilege to play there. And it's not because I'm coaching; it's because we've established a culture that is a winning culture, and you know, we just want to try to continue that on, work hard every day, and try to put the best product on the ice.
Coach, thank you so much for the time.
Thank you.
Back up to you guys.
Lucas Jones officially owes $100 to
I
charity.
know, I heard it,
after calling
and I
it
couldn't stop
Geneseo.
it.
Lucas Jones can find you the best gabagool this side of Tampa.
I'm too Italian for my own good. I'm going to go work on that while you have an interview up there, Dan.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we've got the man that put this all together with his team, with the crew here. It's Toby O'Brien. Tobes, how we doing, babe? Second year with us up here.
Absolutely, Dan. Happy to be back. Great event. So happy that you and your crew are here. The Dan K Show, one of our favorites anywhere they are. So we're real excited, and obviously, you know, almost a playoff atmosphere hockey game here tonight.
The physicality in the early going here, 1,500 eyes on it in 24 hours. Yesterday's game, tons of eyes on this one right now. You're looking at this opportunity. You look at this event you've put together here. You guys come up with this creation, the Tampa College Hockey Invitational. We talked a little bit about where it started last year. Where's it going now? What is this all going to be?
You know, we'll see. You know, the schools are under some financial burden right now. You know, we had Milwaukee that had to unfortunately back out midsummer this year. They just had a freeze financially within the university. So that affects all of us. But to see the kids out here and the crowds the last 2 nights and again tomorrow, really, really great. The Alumni Association, the Development Association of Geneseo. I know how to say it, Lucas.
He does not owe 100 to charity.
Absolutely. and we had a great function for their alums. And that's what it is. It's supposed to be doing things and creating new experiences. And Coach mentioned it in the interview, building a culture.
Yeah.
You know, hockey is, you know, everybody thinks about the name on the back of your jersey, and you should think about the name on the front of your jersey and how to provide good things for people through the game. We're lucky to be involved in the game, and we should give that back, Dan.
Yep. Now, you talked about yesterday the officials, right? You gave a shout out to them. Who all comes together to make this event happen this year? I know some of the folks behind the scene. Why don't you let everyone know, how does this event come together each year? Who are all the hands in play?
Well, first I want to thank, you know, our team from Overspeed Hockey. It's something we've done now since 2012, the Overspeed brand. Camps, clinics, exchange programs. We've taken college teams over to Europe. We have a great program out in Sun Valley, Idaho, Rhode Island, etc. Our partner is one of my best friends, Ty Newberry, and his wife, Melissa, with Ice Time events and arenas. They've done a great job. I'm here on TV with you, but they do all the hard work. My wife, Katie, Obi-Wan, Ian, does all our design, all our photo, all our video. Give him a shout out and a follow at Obi-Wan. The people here at Advent Health Center. There's 2 arenas that I have been to, and I spent 25 years in the National Hockey League. I've been everywhere from Moose Jaw to Moscow. The folks in Breckenridge, Colorado, shout out to them. We do a camp out there. They just know how to treat their customers. They do an unbelievable job. Haley Ice right there with them in Sun Valley. And the people here at Advent Health Center, everybody in the hockey industry, the arena industry should come here. They've been unbelievable, and a special shout out to the Tampa Bay Juniors, Brent and Kevin, phenomenal hosts. I know they're very good friends of yours.
Yes, they are.
In the gang. And again, you guys make this happen. You do this out of the love and passion of the game. And my last shout out is going to be to the referees, Kreese, Gene Binder and his crew. You mentioned it. They take such a hard time, but everybody has to know they're on our team. We're on the same team, and we don't have hockey without officials. So when you see young officials out there, mom, dad, whoever's in the stands, thank them. Do not ever yell at them. We don't play without them. They're part of the game, and they're human beings.
I just love the work you guys do. You can see the passion in what you do, in Ty's work, in Melissa's work, in Ian's work downstairs. You just watch what you guys do, and it's what makes us want to buy in, right? It's about the players. You guys put the players first. You put these families first. You see the event that you guys are able to put on. You should be, and you better be proud of yourselves because it's a lot of work. It's a ton of work, and you guys are nonstop throughout this entire thing. If you're a college at home, if you're a coach at home tuning into this one, because like Coach said, there's a lot of pairwise rankings data on the line in this one. I'm sure there's a lot of guys getting scouting reports out of this first period battle. This is a great place to be. Tampa College Hockey Invitational.
It is, and we Pat Norton, Coach of Tufts, and I were having coffee at our camp out in Sun Valley, Idaho, Sun Valley Experience, and he said, I'd love to do something really cool for my guys. Maybe in Florida, Tampa, Scottsdale, or something like that. And the idea was hatched 3+ years ago. So we put the whole thing together. Ty had a great relationship with Kevin here, the general manager of the Tampa Bay Juniors, and it all came together. And it should be about fun. Does it get a little stressful? Yeah. And the coaches want to change this, and they want to do this, and they want to. But they live in the moment. This is their moment. This is their show, and the players. So you're just trying to react and adjust and give and provide them as much as you possibly can. But I hope more teams are. We're still looking for one for next year. So if anybody's out there, give us a shout. Hockey can be done right at this level, at the junior level, at the AAA level, at the AA level. And it can also be done wrong. And unfortunately today, a lot of our game is taking a black eye for a variety of different reasons. And we need to stop that. Right? This game is about the kids and the players and the coaches and the people that are out here on the ice. And that's all that matters. And right now in our game, we need to be careful because money is creeping into it and control and getting back at and building walls. We should knock walls down. This game is awesome. I have had a phenomenal life, right? Like people ask me when I'm out on the ice with 10-year-olds, do you miss the NHL? Yeah, but I really like these 10-year-olds.
Yeah, exactly.
And maybe one of them is a beer leaguer someday. Everybody says maybe one of them's an NHLer. Oh, maybe they're playing for I saw a big sign here, the something adult league.
Yeah.
How cool is that? Let's all work together and do good things for the game. And good things for people.
Yeah, we've been on the front line of it as well with our product, with the Dan K Show.
Totally.
And it's how we've kind of become aligned. It's the idea of we want to make this game accessible to as many people as possible. What it's done for us, what it's done for gentlemen like yourself, what it's done for players out here on the ice getting an education at some incredible institutions. We talked about, you had MSOE here last year, right? The Milwaukee School of Engineering. To see the alumni with the careers they've built down here in Tampa, Florida, from the game of hockey, right? They played the sport of hockey. It brought them to a college which created a future for them. You've got to access this
game. And our
game.
sponsor last year, Power Design, I think they've hired 3 of those kids that were here.
Yep.
They had interviews and everything. Pat Norton's kids, I have 2 that train with me in the summer. A shout out to Tommy Delfano and Mason Daniel. I see them in the corner of the hotel today, and they're working away on their computers and everything, and I go over to talk to them. They're lifeguards back in Rhode Island. I'm a Rhode Island guy now. right? Even though I talk like a South Boston guy, right? I'm now a Rhode Island guy.
You and Gino sound like brothers.
Me and Gino, yeah. That's why we get along. He's a little short once in a while, but other than that, we're all okay. Hey, and I see him. I go sit down and talk to him. And I've had these kids since they were 12, 14 years old. Yeah. And Mason was always focused on school. Tommy was always a good student, but he's a casual guy. They like to surf and all. They both are trying to get into medical school, and they will, because I need a doctor someday. But they are taking 2 life-saving devices that one beach uses this kind and one uses that kind, and they're trying to create a product that is better than what's out on the market. Wow. And combine the 2 things, and they're trying to apply for a pattern, market it, use that to help them get into medical school, but at the end of the day, they hope to be able to use that to save lives. Are you kidding me?
Yep.
Come on, that's what this is about.
It starts on the ice, right?
Best friends.
You remember at the end of it all, whatever sport you play in college, whatever sport you play at the junior level, at the youth level, more often than not, you remember what happens off the ice with the guys, with the gals out there in your team, more than you remember anything that happens out here on the ice itself.
Absolutely.
You'll forget these scrums in the first period that Coach Schultz was upset about, and you'll remember the times with the boys down in Tampa at the Tampa College Hockey Invitational.
100%, and to have a great institution like Tufts with Pat Norton, what Chris has built at Geneseo is a model. Like, it's a model, right? They had a wonderful alumni event. He should be proud, and the people he works for and works with should be proud. And then got to give a lot of credit to Salve. I guess it's a hometown thing for me, but you know, Jay Punske got hired 3 days before the season started. They got all kinds of black eyes last year in the off season. They had kids entering the portal, kids left, and the kids who stayed really, really care about the institution. And I think they're 11-1 right now. Like, this is a
13-1.
13-1. I'm sorry, Seahawks. Right? I love you. Right? But like, this is a big, huge game. This is like a conference championship for that team.
Yeah.
Because they need to get a bid in order to get in as an independent before they go to Conference New England. So happy for them. So, like, I'm taking notes on how Chris runs his program, and Pat coached my son in prep school. Like, Pat's just an awesome human being.
Yep, and that's what it's all about. It's about the right people in this game, advancing this game in the right direction. And that's what we're hoping for here, and we hope you're all along for the ride with us, all 1,000+ of you watching here with us tonight on YouTube.com.
And if you're listening out there, parents, coaches, people, take back control of your game. Take back. You don't have to do things. You don't have to listen to certain people. You don't have to be forced to do certain things. Do things with people that are good, people that care, people that are doing the right things for your kids and for the game and for human beings in general. And it's 2026. Let's be kind. Let's be nice to each other. And if you can't be that and you're running around trying to do things for the dollar, whether it be, you know, all these crazy subscription TV services and everything else like that, let's give back to the kids. We can all make a little bit of money because we all work hard. But come on, let's do things the right way.
And you guys are doing that here at the Tampa College Hockey Invitational. Toby, we thank you for joining us. You got probably 9 million other jobs to get done right now before we get to the end of this one. We got another one coming up tomorrow.
I've been told just to stay out of the way at this point, Dan. So that's why I'm hanging out with you.
My name's on the show, and that's all they tell me to do. They say, put this headset on and don't do anything other than talk till it's all over. That's my job.
People out there that have events, people out there that have leagues, think of Dan and his crew, Lucas and the whole gang, right? Please think of them, right? Bring them in. They will make your event better. Give Obi-Wan a follow.
Yes.
Add Obi-Wan. He cares. And that's the kind of people we want to be with. Dan, thank you so much.
You're the best. Overspeed Hockey bringing you yet another victory in the event space. And we've got 20 more minutes of hockey coming up here in the second period. Will the jostling calm down? Will these two sides come out of the locker room ready for peace? Or will we continue to see a piece of physicality from two NCAA Division III sides looking for national title hopes to be found at the end of this season? The Geneseo Knights coming to this one again, 8-3-1. Deisman, Weberg, Panchizin started this one. I liked the way Dakota Zarudny and Dimitri DeFlorio were playing on that second D pair. How about the man from Massapequa, New York, the freshman at 5'11", and Dimitri DeFlorio? On the other side of things, that third D pair, Evan Grobinopoulos, who didn't play last night, joined by Brady Farrell. Those two making things happen. The young men from Burrillville, Rhode Island, and Wasaga Beach, Ontario, Canada. Selby Warren and Jacob Torkner, easy ones to call out when two netminders played out well through a period of play. And a man who had to reach into the pocketbook after that interview with Coach, who so professionally corrected him to Geneseo as his Italian from Jersey came out just too strong on the air. It's Lucas Jones.
You know, the problem is I'm only a week removed from the Seven Fishes Feast on Christmas Eve, so we're still dealing with a little residual of the old country. But I will say, Dan, during your interview, your interview so professional in here, just a great job. You got scared for a second. You thought I was going to insult you.
I thought something was getting. I thought I did something wrong.
Everything was fantastic.
Okay.
But I do want you to know that while you were in here with that incredibly professional interview, I was walking in circles in the back room, muttering to myself, SUNY Geneseo. SUNY Geneseo. Because I want the folks at home to know that we are ultimately accountable to being correct. And I am trying to. I was back there working on it, so hopefully that's the last one.
20 seasons, 331 wins, and the guy goes down there with a Geneseo.
Don't say it. You're going to confuse me. There's only so much I can do at once, okay?
Geneseo.
Geneseo.
The Knights are good.
They are.
The Seahawks are good.
They're both good.
Two best teams in the country right now.
Hey, I think this might be a pretty good game, Dan.
Winner's my national champ.
For whatever that holds.
The Dan K Show National Championship is on the line.
Our rankings will not come out. It will just be whatever we say after this weekend.
Lucas, you look at the second period, who are you looking out for? I talked about the guys that I had an eye on here. DeFlorio, Zarudny had a great first period of play. Grobinopoulos, Farrell on the other side. I said easy to call out netminders in a game like this in Warren and Torkner. Who do you see right now on these two sides that you're looking for something more out of in this second period of play?
Well, I think what I'm looking for from the Knights side is I'm looking for Melso. Melso was the peace broker that I was referencing in the penalty box earlier. He was getting a little fired up and then having a little conversation. I think Melso is ready to have an absolutely exciting second period of play. He was getting fired up at the end, and I think you look on that third line, I'm still convinced this third line, Dan, from Salve Regina is really going to be the one to get this first goal. I mean, there's been a lot of great pushes towards the net, but nothing so substantial to create that all-important second chance. That's where you're going to see it. If a team can get enough zone presence to create that second chance opportunity, I think that's where you're going to see the first goal. There's been some close ones, right? A couple of posts got run, a couple of netminders had to kind of give thanks to the iron behind them. But otherwise, it's been a fantastic defensive battle between these two teams.
I'm excited. Are you excited?
Very excited.
If you're excited at home, be sure to chime in at @the_Dan Show on all social media platforms. I tend to see Instagram the quickest, so keep firing away in there. We've got some folks watching in today. Got a shout out to Greg Diamond. We've got one to the great Logan Calder, it appears, as well. Some fans out there watching along. Be a part of the broadcast and let us know where you are watching from tonight. Lucas, where are you watching from?
Right behind you, Dan.
Oh, that scared me. You popped right into the booth. He was ice side before, and he's in the booth now.
I'm everywhere, Dan. That's why I'm the technical director.
And I'm technically employed by this show.
The most accurate description of your employment status. Technically, yes, you are employed.
We start the period with two more skaters in the box, because why not? Lucas will skate 4-on-4 again. Maybe things calm down if we just stay 4-on-4 the rest of the way. Less players, less battles.
It could be. I mean, we kind of made it a point in that last period to say that if this doesn't stop, the rest of this game might be 4-on-4. So, you know, I know both teams want to be competing with full rosters. I know they want to be getting all five guys out there. So in order to do that, they're going to have to knock off the extracurriculars.
Cody Plaza in the box. Cade DeStefani in the box. Two skaters for Salve Regina. It's going to be Bagnall and Melso in the box for Geneseo. The puck drops for the second time today. It's hockey time here in Tampa. Taken on by Gatewood. Nice little play at center. Drags it on in. Thought about a shot. Just won't take it. Turns back up for Stimple. Stimple now. He's going to push this one on. Trying to find some help in front. It's knocked aside. Tangled up there. Couldn't get out of the web. And a hard hit by Stimple here on the release. Zarudny going to battle for this one. Hamill onto the backhand. Through the legs with the shot. It's steered aside. Big save made by Tortner. Nifty moves by Hamill, who would have ended up on the SC top 10 if that one went home. He ran hard to the glass. Hyman on the hit. Tipped up at center by Panchizin. Was trying to get it to Ricotta. Could not. Plaza steers it away from him. Out after it, Mabet. Mabet taken down with a hard hit. Zarudny on it. Now a hooking call coming. Zarudny gets tangled up with Mabet. And Salve Regina, the moment we get the 5-on-5, heads to the box with a penalty.
They just don't want to play even strength. They want this game to be as exciting as possible for everyone. Let's just get some players off the ice at this point.
And you can see Mabet there shaking his head as he heads to the box. One of those ones, you're just trying to make a play, right? You reach out, and he knows it's a penalty, not one he's arguing on the way off. Just a tough one there. You're trying to make the play. Little desperation move, turns into a hook. And for the first time today, the SUNY Geneseo Knights are on the power play. It's a power play for the Knights. Around this one comes Ricotta. Ricotta's got the Florio up top. Instead, he'll find Zarudny, who risked that one whistling on by off the glass. Back up to Florio. Ushered over Zarudny. Zarudny down to the corner. Nice little tic-tac-toe passing. Ricotta back up. Zarudny at the point. Has to race after this one. Lost it for a moment. Gets it back in. To Florio. Glove side shot. Save made by Selby Warren.
Yeah, good save there by the netminder. Just tracking that puck the whole way, throwing the leather out, making the save, holding on to it. This has been a good attack from the Knights. I'm excited to see what this power play can do. We've already seen what the offense can do.
Like a retired cowboy throwing the leather out.
Sad. Sad to see a good cowboy retired, Dan.
Where have all the Cowboys gone? DeFlorio to Zarudny. Gets it back. Back for DeFlorio to the corner. On this one, Ricotta. Ricotta going to cheese this one behind. Sauced back up for DeFlorio. Turned on over. DeFlorio holds. Pushed in front. Beautiful little passing game here. Ricotta, Zarudny. Zarudny off the skate of Plaza. Steered aside. Swung at the net off the glass. Can't get it on. Taken away by Brunton. He'll clear the zone, carries out. McDonald can't get it off him. Brunton shovels that one off a body. It hits Zarudny before it can get to the net. Zarudny now across center, joined by Demeski. Demeski going to get this one off the near side boards, turns it on. Fired back in with a shovel by Zarudny. Carried on in front, trying to get a shot off, could not. Looking for a hook there, they don't get it. Melso carries in, thought about a shot, now takes it redirected in front by Deisman, somehow stopping it without seeing it was Selby Warren with a pad.
Melso almost got 5-hole on that redirection there. That's a nice looking shot. Is it a shot? Is it a pass? It's a little bit of both.
This one handed on, trying to find a clearance. They do with 10 seconds to go on the power play chance. The Knights have to reel this one back in behind their own net. Fired ahead, both sides getting some changes. Looking to hand this one off. We are even strength 5-on-5. Fired behind the net of Tordner. He couldn't reach out and get it. It'll be played back on. Gearum, he'll reel around the net, trying to get after it. Hard hit on him by Stimple. Whistle blows in the corner and slow to get back up a skater here. Another call coming. It's just that little extra bit of physicality that keeps causing the whistle to blow and the hands that go up. Demeski to the box. 2 minutes for boarding.
Yeah, and that's someone that you don't want to have off the ice right now. But both teams committed to the bit. Both teams going to be continuing the physical play. They're willing to kill some penalties to be on the power play. Both teams do have a good penalty kill. Both teams have a good power play. Dan, I'm starting to suspect these teams are both very, very good.
Played back behind. Whistle blows. Played with a high stick. 15:05 to go in the second period. 1:54 to go in the power play. We didn't have audio for a second. What happened?
We're still battling the issues from yesterday.
With the internet?
With the internet.
Dial-up. Sorry, folks. the dial-up is not working.
Oh, no. Dan, you went dial-up.
I tried to make a phone call during the broadcast. Shut everything down.
That's what did it.
That's the second time we've referenced dial-up this weekend, and I can guarantee you not a kid on this ice has any clue what dial-up is. If a building doesn't have Wi-Fi, it's life-changing. Life-changing. 14:45 to go for the second time today. The Seahawks of Salve Regina on the power play. That one given on in front. Trying to get a shot off was Hamill. Just couldn't get it on the blade. It pops up out of play on the clearance try by Melso. Deflected up and out by DeStefani.
Both teams pushing the puck to the perimeter right now. I mean, that's where they're finding some ability to work. And you're just trying to clear up space in the middle. You're trying to find any path to a shooting lane, any path to a reasonable looking shot on net. And if that means kind of living on the edges for a little bit to try to draw guys out of the zone, so be it.
The best scoring hockey's played like Malcolm. In the middle.
Yep. We got to update our references, man. I think it's time.
It's coming back. I thought they were making another season of it.
Were people clamoring for another season of that show?
Apparently the people watching the game tonight. Plaza down after it. That one was fired and cleared out of the zone. 1 minute and 5 seconds remains in the power play. Flipped on ahead by Brunton. Handed on for Connolly. Played back up towards that blue line. Shot deflects off the stick of Kovacs. Good job to post up on the post by Tordner and cover that one up with a body and glove.
And I like those shots. You know, those are shots that get saved 9 times out of 10, 99 times out of 100. But you're trying to create that second chance. This is coming down to netminders. They're doing a good job of icing the puck, of controlling the crease and managing that traffic in front.
Face off won by Weberg. He's going to reel this one around. Bounces up off the noggin of Plaza and out of play. The Nemo redirection. Noggin. Or is it, wait, it's Crush was the name of the turtle?
Crush was the turtle, yes.
So Crush
yes.
play off the noggin and out of play. Bounced up off a skate, hit Plaza in the head, and just went right into the bench of Salve Regina.
And I think the pace of play not necessarily causing issues for both teams, but just making it hard to create a coordinated offensive effort as well. Comes down to defensive work, but it comes down to just having to spend all that energy, all that time to get past the blue line.
35 seconds to go on the power play. Arizo tried to tap it into the zone and chase after it. It was slowed down, and Brunton just beat the puck by maybe a step, maybe a stride.
Result of the contact, result of the good play on the defensive side for both teams. It's physical. It's in your face right now. The defense is the star of the show.
Calder, Payne Gatewood. That's the battle. Won by Calder, back for Hember. Around comes to Stephanie. He's looking for a passing lane, now finds it. Giving up top. Hember, the shot, finds the body, trying to poke it home. It fell between the legs there of Torgner, and he's able to get the body on top of it as the physicality reigns in front.
And that's a good job in net by Torgner. I mean, just making the save, covering it up, making the save, covering it up. Stop and go hockey doesn't hurt anybody, really. And if a netminder feels better and feels more confident in his team to be able to try to win a faceoff than to put it back in play, then that's what he's going to do.
Good face-off win there for Geneseo, but it's turned and fired out of play. Took a redirection out.
And we'll get back and hit the reset button on that one.
13:25 in the second period. 14 seconds left on the Seahawks power play. 0 for 1 thus far on it. Trying to avoid going 0 for 2. That puck will stay in at the blue line. Fired off the skate of Walters. Good reach-out effort there by Hamill to keep that one alive for an extra moment. But trouble gone now. It's going to be Geneseo putting the pressure on the other end. 5-on-5 we skate. Haven't seen that much for the last 10 minutes of play. Carried in by Hember. Hember tried a soft little pass there. Can't get free. Weberg's tied up there defensively. He had Logan Calder in a pretzel.
And now trying to orchestrate some line changes. I mean, the shifts have been a little bit longer here, Dan, but, you know, I think the issue is just with the lack of offensive possession. Geneseo doing a good job of kind of getting the puck out of their own zone, so you're not seeing a ton of turnovers.
Here comes Melso carrying it in with a wraparound try. No, just couldn't get it on net, had it open. Then the puck squirts free and is knocked wide of the net of Warren. Best chance of the day there for Geneseo, just barely missing the first goal was Melso. That shot from Melso redirects wide, a zillion miles per hour with that one.
Melso trying to make me look like a genius for calling him out here in the second is somebody that we wanted to see get more involved, and you can see why. He's a playmaker, he's a creator, and he's got some speed and the mitts to match.
Stimple got the mitts here to reel this one in behind his own net. Little D-to-D pass on that one with Melso. Stimple's stick goes flying. He'll reel it back in and trail the play. Greg Diamond moves it ahead. Zarudny's over the board. Stimple off for a change. Losing an edge there in the corner was Danny Bagnall. Handed on up, was looking for DeFlorio off a change. McDonald will reel it right back in. Played on ahead, Zarudny. Zarudny for DeFlorio. DeFlorio moves this one around Brunton. Ricotta falling to his backside, but gets that one onto the stick of McDonald. Nifty little dancing play there, sashaying his way free. McDonald now hands this loose puck off. Give and go with a shot on the back doorstep. The cross-ice pass can't connect.
Yeah, McDonald having to dodge defenders, kind of like those drills you see on TikTok, Dan. Having to get the puck and dangle it through all sorts of objects just running at you. That's exactly what that play was. And he was able to keep it and create a little bit of offensive pressure on his side of things before it was kicked out by Salve Regina.
Pay attention to what Geneseo is doing here offensively right now. It's a lot of puck control on the near side, allowing that physicality you saw in the first period of play to set the tone, and then you're seeing that left defenseman just kind of sneak in, start to cheat in. That cross-ice pass is starting to open up for those D-men. It was Rudney there who was the closest one to trying to score on that. Always the toughest save to make is that little defenseman sneaking in. You don't expect them to be there after the board battle. They turn and fire, and it gets by the netminder. Hamill pitches this one on into the corner. So Rudney down after it defensively. The Seahawks now looking for some offense. Nothing, goose eggs on the board thus far.
Oh, everybody looking for an icing there. That puck's slowing up. Now you're going to have to play it.
Connolly holds, wait, shot fired, steered aside, pad save made, in net by Torgner.
And you can see there was a play for the trailing skater, but none to be found. Right, so those wide-angle shots, you're looking to create plays that look exactly like that one.
Torgner ties this puck up along the boards, trying to play after it. Roger Davis defensively there for Salve Regina. Gets that free for DeStefani. Around the boards it comes, held in for a moment. Chopped back towards the netting. Gatewood going to win the race to it. Gives on for Walters. Walters dancing past Arizo. Arizo slows him down along the near side. Handed on, shoveled for DeStefani. He'll reel it in. DeStefani back for Connolly. Handed on for Arizo. Just one step too far. Trouble not gone. Hember the shot blocked down in front.
That's a big block shot in front. That's what you love to see. And that'll get the team fired up as well. Sacrificing the body, knocking that puck away, helping out a netminder.
Sam Bone, the man with the block shot there. That one from the odd angle, taken quickly by Kruska. Steered aside, an angle saved by Torgner. Stakowiak on it now. Hard hitting to the boards, Kruska. Kruska flips this one ahead, given on by Mabet. Turned on by Stimple. Stimple hit by Plaza. Melso. He'll shovel along, taken down with a glove there by Gatewood. Off the skate, Kruska tries to play it. Stimple has it instead. Mabet can't get to it, poked free to center. Just avoiding a penalty there was Stakowiak. Chance from Brunton, saved a million miles into the air and taken down on the other side of the zone there. Big stop by Torgner on an absolute rocket.
I like the variability in the shots, too. You're just trying to change up a bunch of looks. A couple of sauce shots, some rockets being fired, the odd angle looks. This is a great defensive battle.
That chance redirects and is stopped by Torgner going the wrong direction. Woo, what a save there with a glove by Torgner. Would have been a tough one to see go. It tends to be the one that gets home in a game like this.
And that save got everybody fired up. The players, the crowd, even tournament officials living and dying by every save right now. The big saves get the folks fired up.
Finland wins it against Team USA 4-3. We'll have to look into our employment of Josh and James, Lucas, after the final there in the World Juniors. They picked USA to get to the finals.
And
I didn't have the same feelings.
If you're not sure what we're referencing, you can head over to @the_Dan Show on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. We had our employees, potentially former employees, choose their winning teams for the World Juniors. They put their names and their reputations on the line, something not a ton of people do these days. They put some picks in and had some great coverage.
That one poked along, Brunton after it. He's hit by Diamond at center. Puck comes free. Nice little move here to the backhand. Dragged on in front. Jammed home, scores it. Oh, he's pesky. It's Demeski. Alex puts him up one. Geneseo on top.
The second chance opportunity. We talk about it. We talk about it over and over because it's so lethal, Dan. And when you get the puck bouncing right in front like that and you've got a netminder full extension post to post, all you got to do is tap it in. Just tap it in. And Demeski found himself right place, right time, taps it in.
It starts on the stick of the freshman, Danny Bagnall. Bagnall just bodying in. Little power skate into the front of the net, puts the shot on. The first save comes from Selby Warren. And how do you beat a big netminder? The way you beat a big netminder is you find those rebound tries and you just poke them home. Doesn't have to be pretty, just has to be greasy.
If you keep knocking on the door, somebody's going to let you in, right? And if you keep getting guys to the front of the net, there's only one netminder out there. So you just keep surrounding them and keep throwing the puck home.
Salve Regina trailed yesterday at this point in the game. They trail again today. The comeback kids on day one, can they find it again against Geneseo? Tipped all the way down the ice, 7 minutes to go in the period, 1-0 to score. It was Bagnall for Demeski. Kovacs thought about the one-timer on a loose puck there, instead wrists that one up, hits the catching glove of Warren and pops right back out. Turned behind. You can see a little bit extra life here in this Geneseo side. Pitchfork high into the air. Chasing down after it is Walters. Whistle blows, icing called. 6:45 in the second.
And I feel like this doesn't change much because if you're the Knights, you know that one is not going to do it, right? And you know that if you're Salve Regina, one of the most potent offenses right now, you know you've got a bunch in you. So I think for both teams, you got to keep up the defensive pressure. You got to keep playing right along the edge.
Weberg and Arizo. Late change here. Mabed on. Plaza off. He'll drop the puck. We'll play. Kruska taps at this one. It comes free. Walters keeps it alive. Quick shot low. Took a redirection in front and was steered aside. Deisman got a stick to it while jumping through the air. That one spun on in front. Nice little wraparound try from Weberg. 5-hole close for business by Warren. That shot off the stick of Weberg, trying to jam it home. Covered up, diving on top of it. Caution to the wind. Warren gets the whistle.
Weberg just does it all, doesn't he? I mean, we have said his name more than 2 dozen times because he gets involved in every aspect of the game. It's that D1 talent, Alaska Fairbanks, that we were talking about. And you can see why he's the top line centerman, right? He puts himself in the right positions. He can see where the play is going, and he can make those big plays.
Alaska Fairbanks to Tampa, Florida. How many miles must that be?
What a switch, especially in the winter.
One-timer shot off the face-off win by Sean Melso. Body save made and held on to tight in the paraphernalia.
How many miles do you think it is, Dan?
3,626.
Interesting.
Wait, 4,626.
Which one? 4,626?
Yeah.
I'm going to say 1 mile, Bob.
Oh, you're going under.
I think it's 4,100, roughly.
Plaza takes this one along. Gatewood try to reel in at the blue line. Torgner keeps it alive. Gatewood takes it away now. Gatewood dancing with it. Shot, kick, save. Rebound, try, scored. Gatewood put the first one on, and it's Stack. Nathan Stakowiak with a goal.
Yeah, Stack getting himself involved there, and still too early to tell if the floodgates are opening, but it certainly looks a little different now. The Knights just turning the screws a bit, getting that puck down a little low, and as we kept saying, they're surrounding the net and the netminder.
Stakowiak, the rebound goal there. The chance starts with Gatewood, takes the shot. Warren makes a save and comes off the pad just directly between the dots there. A place you want to find a loose puck if you can, and it was none other than Stakowiak who pots it home. A lot of time left in this one. Salve Regina, plenty of time to climb back in. Never trailed by 2 yesterday, just 1, their largest deficit in the tournament. Bagnall with it. Geneseo right back after him. That one poked along. Backing up into this one. Spun on in front. Tap just past the glove there. Delayed penalty call coming. Frustrations take over. Another hit here. We'll see how that one goes. Whistle will blow this one dead. You had a face mask grab. You had a hit from behind. Roughing going to be the call because if you called all of them, it would be a cross check, a slash, and then a face mask for 15 yards and a first down.
It's just a general amount of tomfoolery bunch of guys go to the box. You sort it out amongst yourself. It's like guys are looking for a bulk discount on penalties. Even the official right now is saying, hey, relax with the 2 hands out.
Coaching staff there on the SUNY side of things getting frustrated, and Coach Schultz is chuckling. It was his assistant there, Chris Harris, who was yelling into the ice, yelling at the call, and Coach Schultz comes down and goes, hey, a little bit of physicality on both sides here, because looks like Bagnall heads to the box, and they were looking for the retaliation call to make it a 4-on-4. You saw that call twice today with the retaliation. Linesman coming in, giving his case here, and we'll see if they put it on both sides. Explaining it now to Demeski, I think this is going to wind up being a power play for Salve Regina.
It could be, and that could be interesting here, because I think they've been looking for an opportunity to kind of get a breakout here in this second period of play. Got 5 out.
Yeah, it's a 5-on-4. It's a power play for Salve Regina. It was a situation where the original physicality came from Bagnall. It was a late hit, then it was kind of a high hit on him. That's where, like, it was a little cross-check, then a little shove, then a little push. They went splashing down to the ice. But then there was a little bit of retaliation there, a face mask grab, a little bit of a swing, and that's what the coaching staff of SUNY Geneseo is looking, saying, you know, Coach Schultz is asking, you've called the retaliation twice today, once on each side, gone to the 4-on-4. What's different in this situation? And that's the explanation we just saw down there ice side.
Yeah, and Geneseo has a great point too, right? You've been calling it one way, but I think the explanation calmed everybody down.
Drag shot, just missing high. Good chance here. The Salve Regina Seahawks down by 2 right now, trying to cut the lead in half. The power play. Hamill, a beautiful shot there, nearly redirected on. Clearance attempt won't work. What a play by the skate of Teddy Hember. Keeps it alive. Teddy gives for Hamill. Hamill, hard passer to Stephanie. Fakes the looks to Kowiak, trying to pressure him. To Stephanie behind the net now. Thought about a centering pass. Instead, he'll just skate through the zone, putting on a show himself. To Stephanie. Backs up Hamill. Hamill, hands on to Stephanie at the point. He'll move this one over. Hember, the one-timer shot, hit his own man in the skate. Looked like Gearum, whose blade hit it. To Stephanie, one-timer shot blocked there. Stokowiak puts his body in front of it, wearing the bruise like a badge of honor there on the block shot. To Stephanie, he'll play it. Hands on Hamill. Hamill holds, waits, finds his man. Kruska couldn't get enough on it. Just barely tapping that one on net. The save was made, and the clearance comes.
4 blocked shots on that series by Geneseo, and they are laying the body on the line. Stokowiak going from goal scorer to human wall, making sure his netminder's protected.
Hands this one off. That pass from Arizo. Brunton now has it poked right off him. Pickpocketed by Deisman. Arizo will restart it. Turning back towards his own end. Weberg with the high pressure now. He'll get it off his skate. The Seahawks trying to get things going back in their own end here. Hands this one on Plaza. Passed Arizo over his blade and cleared right back out. Brunton will retreat with it. Brunton hands on, turned back along. Flipped back for himself to reel it in. Arizo, 3 seconds to go on the power play. He loses an edge and the puck is cleared. 5-on-5, we skate again. Great start to that power play. Not the finish you want if you're Coach Punske and the boys with Salve Regina. Going to be a breakout here. It's McDonald on the run with it. McDonald, a shot, low save, made a huge one from Selby. Warren closing the 5-hole there with a pad. Leaves this one off, jammed into the zone. Got to get back on side. They do. Left off at center. Flipped high into the air by Ricotta. Ricotta going to shift it on this one out to center. Hard hit by Brunton. Lucas Jones heading down ice. Had a talk with Coach Jay Punske. Down by 2 here in this second period. He's hoping to be a bit closer by the time Lucas Jones has the mic in front of him. Backhands along, shot high, save made, trying to find a rebound, they cannot. Nice job in front by DeFlorio defensively. Joined there on the battle by none other than Ryan Forberg out of Thornhill, Ontario. He's a thorn in the side defensively of Salve Regina on that one. Here comes the second Torgner here, Marcus Torgner, the junior. 18 career points for Marcus Torgner on this 4th line today for Geneseo. That one flipped ahead, pitched up high into the air, off the glass, and stays alive onto the back of the net for a moment before Tortner just turns and says, I'll touch it, I'll cover it up. 1:53 left to go in this second period of play. Salve Regina Seahawks 0. The SUNY Geneseo Knights 2. Couple goals in this one. It was Alex Demeski who put one home, battling along with Danny Bagnall. And then it was Stack, as they call him, the Stack attack, Nathan Stakowiak out of Buffalo, New York. His first goal of the season. The sophomore with 8 career points now. Big conversation here outside the zone. The question here from the Seahawks is, why is this not an offensive zone draw? The Stephanie finishes that conversation. He'll take on Diamond on the dot. Reeled back in. Tortner wanted to get the big paddle to it. Just gets by him. Poked high into the air. Farrell swats it down. Turned back on. It's going to be poked by Bramwell. Backed up for Walters. Walters trying to find some room past Connolly. Flipped on ahead. Bagnall knocks it on. Farrell going to chase it. Joined by Diamond, who runs him hard to the boards. Demeski in front. Just a swing and a miss there by Bagnall. This line has been unreal in this second period. Diamond, Demeski, and Bagnall. It's been the go-to. Whistle going to blow now in the corner. The hand back up in the air. Interference, the call. 1:12 to go in the period, and back to the box with another one. Waiting to see who they're putting in the box for the interference here as the conversation comes. It's going to be none other than number 9, Cade DeStefani, the senior out of Bedford, New Hampshire. He heads to the box and already up by 2 now late in this second period. The Knights on the power play, trying to add to that lead. Poked along by Melso. Hamill loses the stick but tries to kick after it. Reaching out is Hember. Weberg, he'll hold on the puck. Hamill chases him to the corner. Centering pass pops up into the air, hit hard from behind and cleared. Delayed penalty call coming again. Whistle blows now, cross-checking, going to be the call at 41.6 to go in the first period. The power play giveth, the power play taketh away. It's Luke Panchizin with the penalty that evens us back up to 4-on-4 for the next minute 30. Such a huge point in the game to get that power play when you're up by 2. One of those in the film session that won't be fun to watch, Lucas. How about that?
This period of play does not want to end, Dan. The boys just want to keep getting out here. Hey, give the special teams a little extra work. You're coming back from break. Let's get them out there.
Hyman back after it. 30 seconds to go in the period. 4-on-4 we skate. Handed on ahead. There's Arizo. He had 2 goals yesterday. The star of the game at the end of day 1. Tied up with Melso. Melso losing a stick. He's just going to play this one along with a skate. What a job here. Might get an assist with a kick. Given on for Gatewood. Just missed wide. Melso nearly got himself his second point of the day with a skate. That one dragged around just in front off his own man. Friendly fire off the stick of Stimple. And a save made by Jacob Tortner. 2.3 seconds left to go, and they've got to get them untangled. I got to imagine some more extracurricular will come at the whistle at the end of this period. 51 more seconds on the 4-on-4. Then it'll be 30 seconds at the beginning of the third period of a little extra space for Salve Regina. We'll start the third period 4-on-4 unless some other whistle comes here that we don't see coming. Netminder's been pulled here for the Seahawks. 5-on-4, whistle blows. Connolly pushed the draw forward. Walters does a nice job physically to keep man away from puck. The whistle blows, the buzzer sounds, and 2 periods of hockey are in the books here from the Tampa College Hockey Invitational. You love Coach Punske with the move there, 2.3 to go. Pulls the netminder, tries to get the extra skater on to create a quick shooting chance. Geneseo was ready for him. We'll have Coach Jay Punske coming up in just a moment down ice out with Lucas Jones, his second interview of the weekend. He'll talk about what he's seen thus far from his side. The Seahawks trail by 2. How do they climb back in? They'll have an extra man advantage about 48 seconds into that third and final frame. Coach Punske, Lucas Jones getting ready down ice side. Now take it away, gentlemen.
Thanks, Dan. Coach Punske, a tough opponent here in Geneseo. They obviously have a little bit of a lead here, but your offense has been so good all season. What changes do you have to make, if any, do you think, in the third to find the back of the net?
I think we need a little bit more sustained zone time, a little bit better net front presence. Just keep it simple, get some more pucks to the net and drive, find a greasy one.
Now, the games so far have been fantastic, both of them featuring yourself, a third game tomorrow. Talk a little bit about this event, the Tampa College Invitational, and what it brings to a program like yours.
Yeah, I mean, it brings a little bit of excitement for the guys and the families. They love coming to Florida, coming together as a community. We get a chance to play 2 very good teams, so it's an excellent opportunity for us to show who and what we are. I mean, they're the 9th-ranked team in the country, and it's a 2-shot game going into the third period. We're right there. We just got to find a way to get that next one.
Coach, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Back up to you.
Lucas Jones closing out that second period of play. We'll be back with more. Dan K will take a breather and a break. Go get that extra cup of Joe or maybe another pop, whatever you're doing at home. Enjoy yourself. It's Friday night. USA just lost in the World Juniors. You can do whatever you want. It's your night, ladies and gentlemen, watching at home, and we hope you're having fun watching here on YouTube.com. The Dan K Show on your call. We'll be back in just a few. Welcome back into the Advent Health Center ice. It is nearly hockey time yet again. The SUNY Geneseo Knights taking on the Salve Regina Seahawks. Why are you looking at me like that? What's that look for? Lucas Jones back in the booth. What's up?
You tried to trick me. You tried to get me to talk before you introduced me.
I did.
I'm hip to what you're throwing down. I don't play your games anymore. I'm too excited for this game in front of us. A lot of buzz around the rink for this one, Dan.
Well, that's the B issues.
Well, yeah, besides the B issue, there are some boys that are buzzing. The boys from Westchester, Pennsylvania are here, and they had some thoughts about the game. They were, I will say, very, very stunned by the speed, the tempo, the intensity. They have spent the whole second period looking up the rosters going, oh, wow, oh, wow, oh, wow. And I think that shows why so many of these junior teams that are in attendance for the event are in the crowd tonight, is because this is where they're trying to get to. They're trying to get to the next level. They're trying to get to NCAA hockey. So why not watch? Why not see what the standard of play is? And they're liking what they're seeing.
We got YN Terry, 55, listening in at home from Leicester, New York. I should have shown you it and seen if you could say, you got to be a soccer fan, a football fan to know how to say Leicester.
Oh, it's that Leicester.
Leicester.
Yeah.
Leicester. Well, it's not the one in England. It's
well, no.
Leicester, New York.
We've had fans in England. It could have been.
Saying let's go Geneseo Ice Knights. And the Ice Knights have been having a night in this one. How about a second period with 2 goals scored? It was the pesky Alex Demeski, and it was the stack attack in Nathan Stakowiak that put those 2 goals home. It'll be 4-on-4 hockey for the next 48 seconds of play. After that, it'll be 30 seconds of 5-on-4 power play action for the Salve Regina Seahawks. You gotta tune in. You gotta stay locked in. Take a deep breath. Get to the edge of your seats, because you're about to stay there for the next 20 minutes of ice time.
This is going to be a fun finish to this game. There's going to be more hitting. There's going to be more board battles. And I think there's going to be a lot more scoring.
Melso Demeski, the first 2 to come over the boards for the Knights. Joined by Weberg and Stimple. Jacob Tor. It's Karuska who puts her home. It's 2-1.
And that is a good-looking goal right there. The same way that we talked about for Geneseo, you just keep knocking on the door and someone's going to open it. You see it now for Salve Regina. You get the advantage, you press that advantage home, and you cut the lead in half. All of a sudden, we got ourselves a brand new hockey game.
Karsten Kruska out of Edmonton, Alberta. Just keep fighting for it. Beautiful puck movement in front. Hamill finds his way, and the goal goes home. That goal came in with 3 seconds left on the 4-on-3. So now they're figuring out who comes out of the box here. Should still be a 5-on-4 opportunity in 3 seconds. It'll be 4-on-4 now for 3 seconds, back to even strength, and then it'll be a minute 32 of power play action.
And a little bit of power play math here, which is, as we all know, Dan K's least favorite kind of math.
Any kind of math is tough on me, guys. One of my biggest things, I was a transfer guy before it was popular to do. I transferred a ton throughout college, okay? And was playing a lot of sports in there in that time period and wasn't doing a lot of math. I somehow made it through 4 years of undergrad and got a degree without ever taking a math class.
Which, as a tutor myself, I do not recommend in the slightest. Continue math. You know what never goes away, Dan? Numbers.
You never told us how many miles away
I never checked.
we are from Alaska.
I'm going to check. I'm going to do my job.
The refs are not enjoying the math either down here. It was 4-on-3. The goal was scored. That should end a power play opportunity at 4-on-3 and make this 4-on-4. You would then, after the 3 seconds remaining on the Salve Regina side, go back to 5-on-4 because that penalty would conclude. It's at least my interpretation of how this math would play out. We skate 4-on-4 now. Face-off one all the way back to Teddy Hember. DeStefani's out of the box. It is 5-on-4, a power play for the Seahawks. Flipped on in, 19 minutes to go here in the third. Hember, 2-1 now the score. The Ice Knights up by 1. Melso behind the net, clapped on out through center, all the way down it comes. Played there by the paddle. Hember will get it. Nearly turned over now is Stakowiak takes it. Looking back for Gatewood just off the blade. Tipped on along. Gatewood plays it for Demeski. Demeski hands this one on. Spinning pass. Just a lot on that one. No way Demeski could reel that one in. DeFlorio plays it back. It was a smart little play. Pretend the pass to Demeski and just fire it over his stick and end the power play. Killed that last 4 seconds with a pass. We're 5-on-5.
The close-up magic continues. Misdirection aplenty. You're having to really get to the edges of the game here to find any space.
DeFlorio's stick lets him down there on that shot attempt. It goes wide. He split Robin's arrow in twain.
That's a deep cut regardless of the age of that film. And I have the answer for you.
All right.
From Fairbanks to Tampa, 3,762
I said
miles.
3,600 the first time.
3,700. Yeah, and
I was almost on the nose.
almost on the nose. And for our European friends, 6,055 kilometers.
Oh, man.
You talked yourself out of a win.
Oh, no.
And there's nothing more important to you than winning.
Nothing. Kovacs will play it. We're 5-on-5, 17:40 left, a 1-goal differential in his top 15 showdown. Hands off, quick shot from Ricotta, saved on the chicken wing side right there by Selby Warren. He couldn't find it, he was peeking behind him. That's the worst thing you see from the bench there. When you see the netminder peek behind, it's always scary.
Warren having to make a little bit of an off-balance save. Couldn't quite get himself recovered there. Finally does, gets himself recentered, and we've got an offensive zone face-off for Geneseo.
The Dice Man to the left. Diceman wanted to get after it. Weberg on the draw. It's going to be pitchforked out. Seahawks win it. Connolly tries to reach out after it, cannot. Hember's got to chase this one down. Whistle will blow for an icing. 17-16 left to go. Right side here with the draw. Over the boards comes Brunton. He'll trade places with Aiden Connolly, who heads to the bench. Again, a win in this one for Salve Regina, and they go to 2-0 in this round-robin tournament and secure the cup. If SUNY Geneseo wins this one, goal differential will be important. Wins and losses will be important. There could be a three-way tie, or they could go 2-0. That one handed up, quick shot taken by Heinman. Save made, it squirts free, still loose and chipped out to center. Beautiful play by Panchizin to clear the zone.
And that was a full team effort by Geneseo there. The netminder made the save. The puck squirted free. Everyone had to try to find it and just get it away from him while he regained his balance.
Hember shovels that one. This one reeled around. Trying to get it back, could not. Panchizin takes it. Up ahead, Weberg losing hold of it. Connolly right back over the boards and in. Behind goes Connolly. He's bodied off this one. Panchizin, backhand shovel taken down by Arizo. Quick shot high over the crossbar, but called dead with the high sticking play.
Yeah, the emphatic high sticking coming in there from Schubert. He was right in front of him. And now a stick getting thrown here.
How did it get that far down? DeStefani was tied up there with Marcus Tortner. And Tortner's the one who lost his stick, and it ends up 100 feet away from him. I know it was pushed, but that thing took off.
Yeah, I think that might have been under a little bit of tension as well. I mean, if you thought we were gone from the physicality, from the nonsense after the whistles, we only took a little bit of a break.
And there goes Torgner and Arizo just shoving at each other.
Yeah, and this officiating crew is officially in the no-nonsense phase of the game here.
DeStefani tossed out. Face-off one by Gatewood. He is good on the draw. That one looking for Gatewood. Fires it up high and wide. Blocker side off the glass. Stakowiak gets it back in. Down to the ice goes Arizo. Going to outlet this one out for Connolly. Connolly on the break with a shot. Swatted aside with a blocker. Waffle board saved by Torgner.
What a save by the netminder. Staring down the barrel there. It's one-on-one. And the skater, to his credit, tried to find some good space, but coming out of his net high to cut down on the angle, it's an impressive move. Keeps the lead.
Arizo, he's down on a knee. He's on for Plaza. Plaza turns back, spinning shot, stick the side by Torgner. Played ahead past the other Torgner there, the Torgner brothers out of Mjolby, Sweden, Marcus and Jacob. Another goalie and forward combo from Sweden, the Lundqvist brothers.
Well, and you love to see that too, right? It's awesome recruiting, and I think it's great to have that sense of connection on a team. We have, Dan, you and I have definitely done commentary for some brotherly pairings, and the right hand, left hand is always so much fun to watch.
He's not heavy, he's my brother.
I never found out what movie that's from.
I don't know what it's from either. Is it from a song?
I don't know.
It's before my time. Down by Plaza. He's on the break here. Shot scores for the third time of the weekend. It's Cody Plaza winning the race to the other end and tying us up at 2.
Plaza right now cementing himself as an absolute legend in this invitational tournament. What a couple of games for this young man. That is the kind of play, too, where you take advantage of a situation, you put yourself in the right spot, and you deliver on the goal, ties this one up.
He's just frustrating as an opponent. You saw it all day yesterday. You see it today. We talked about it at the end of the first period when he created a chance to not score, but to get into a little rabble-rouse behind the net, just rushing after a puck when Torgner was looking to just run out the last 5 seconds of a period in his own end. He just never stops. He never quits. He's the Energizer Bunny.
And you need guys like that, right? You're lucky to have one. You'd love a couple more, but with a guy like Plaza, he just fires everybody else up. And that kind of energy is infectious, especially when you need to claw back from a 2-goal deficit and now bring it back to even.
Dakota Zarudny gets this one from DeFlorio. Geneseo have to answer back now for the second night in a row in the third period. Cody Plaza scores a big goal for this Salve Regina side. That one spun in front, stick save made, trying to cover up and does. It's Selby Warren who draws the whistle at 14:04 in the third.
And Warren just unbothered by what's happening behind him. Just pop off the glove, get a little drink, get yourself locked back in. It's going to continue to be this way for the rest of the game.
Want to respond to that? Getting a DM in here that no sound. Lucas says we've got sound. We'll let you know at home. Let us know if you're having any issues hearing us here. DeStefani on the draw. Poked on out, it's Walters. Around past Forberg. Played on ahead by Bramwell. Walters trying to chase it down. Played past Connolly. That one pitched right back in behind Torgner. Bone gonna chase after it. Bone hands along. Played up for McDonald. Knocked aside to Stephanie again. Holding, waiting, gives on for Arizo. McDonald after it. Chopping up through center, Forberg. Forberg with Walters. Forberg Turned on, McDonald can't get there in time. Instead, here he is again, Plaza. The guy's so good, they named a whole group of buildings after him. It's Cody Plaza doing it again, chopping in front of the net. Now down to her face he goes. Mabet, quick shot, save made. Another good chance for Parker Mabet. Hyndman with that look, trying to redirect his Plaza. Mabet risks that one high and wide over the blocker. Another chance there. Under 13 to go now. Played back up with the blue line, shot off the glass. Turned on by Hyndman. He can't find it. Played back up. Hyndman shot low, redirected, scores! It's Mabet in front. The shot off the stick of Hyndman looked to take a redirection, and it's 3-2 Seahawks.
And you cannot count out this Seahawks side. They came into this one with an offense that could not be stopped. They're winning games by 3.5 goals per. They weren't going to be shut out. And I think both sides kind of knew this one would be high scoring, but I appreciate right now the tenacious offensive play of Salve Regina. And now, Dan, they find themselves not just tied, but up 1.
In sports, they say that losing is catched, well, winning is catched too. And it feels like this team at 13-1 has just figured out how to stay in games and continue pushing forward. On the other side, Geneseo, after a dominating second period, trying to find their way back to that same old winning feeling here in the third. Hamill has it knocked away by Stimple. Hard hit there by Stimple. Hamill wants to get it. Nelso can't get there. That one turned off the skate of Brunton. Quick shot in front. Brunton has it poked away. Jammed on over the net there. Takes a redirection. Pops into the air. Calder nearly made it 4. Hard hit from behind by Stimple. The hand goes up and already down by 1. Now down a man. Geneseo to the box for boarding.
And this is a moment where it's so tough because you're trying to make a play. You're trying to get energized, right? You're trying to find a way to battle back on your own. And, you know, the body gets turned. You hit the wrong spot. And now Salve Regina's side that's already finding their momentum, they get another shot.
11:58 to go, 3-2 the score. The Salve Regina Seahawks on the power play. That shot off the side of the netting. No. Connolly with the chance. Net off the moorings.
That's a good eye from the officiating crew right there. Jamming into that post, knocking it off the mooring, having to get reset here. And there's been a lot of hockey action on this ice today, Dan. We talked about the junior showcase that's happening throughout the day. And you and I know that those showcases, they wear, especially on that net. And you've got some powerful goalies, man, a lot of lower half strength. They're jamming themselves into the post.
That one moved back up for Plaza. Hands on for Connolly. Especially the one in this building, Lucas, that showcase at the junior level being run in a very youth style. So that style of hockey's a lot on the bigger skaters. As that one's jammed in front, trying to cover it up. Diving on top of it is Tordner to cover up. Gatewood gets upended in front of the net. And then getting back to his feet was Brunton and just went, oh, hold on, let me just use you to get myself up, and pushes off Gatewood's back to get to his feet. And he's hearing it from Stakowiak saying, I don't know if that was necessary. Then Calder comes in front of you on the screen. He bumps him as he's leaving the ice. Everybody's getting into it.
Well, I think what's always dangerous about those net front pileups, if you wonder why the officials are always so on top of the net front scrum, it's because when guys get knocked down, you get some legs that get kicked out, right? You've got netminders that are kind of in a defenseless position. So if you ever see refs getting very involved in a scrum around the net, there's a reason for it.
Got to be Chumbawamba as a skater, Lucas. When you get knocked down, you got to get back up again, as this one's turned over and cleared.
You always find a way to sneak Chumbawamba on a broadcast.
I don't always do
It's
that.
every time with you. Every time. Folks at home, don't believe him. It's every broadcast he mentions it.
Stephanie fires ahead. Weberg knocks it free from Hamill. Hamill to the corner, turns it back up towards the top of the circle, dragged along. Beautiful pass in front, poke save made, trying to clear it out, nearly put it in their own net there. Melso able to drag it along and out.
Another close call right there, and just having to be in a desperation defensive mode here. You can really see how the game has shifted. The ice is tilting right now, and I think for Geneseo, they are looking at trying to just get back on the offensive side, but they have to get through the Salve Regina offense first.
Jakowiak through center with the pressure. Mabet. He has had so many chances the last 2 days. What a player Parker Mabet is. Out of Milford, New Hampshire. This kid, you talk about, we sung the praises of Roger Davis. We've sung the praises of Cody Plaza. It's Mabet on that line with Cody Plaza creating the chances to let him go run around. It has been a fun group to watch, along with Karsten Kruska as well. Plaza and Kruska with goals in this one.
I mean, Mabet has been fun. Just a dynamic player who kind of finds his way a little bit into every play, whether it's on the offensive, defensive, or neutral ice.
5-on-5 we skate now. Power play comes to an end. Zarudny with a quick shot. Caught up in bodies in front. Domeski tried to swing it on. It's sticked up to the blue line. Around it comes. Zarudny going to poke on in and get it. Back behind Domeski. Domeski in front. One-timer shot save made. Covered up with a catching glove there for the whistle. The chance from Danny Bagnall is stoned by Warren.
And now the spotlight's going to shift a little bit here, Dan. It's going to shift onto the net of Warren. Can he protect now this one-goal lead, this slim one-goal lead for the next 9:26? He's going to have to be very, very good.
So we might have a timeout taken here. Interesting time for a timeout, down by 1. You know, Lucas, you win 331 games as a coach.
Might know a thing or two.
You've got some tricks up your sleeve.
Yeah.
There's no bad timeouts by a coach with this many wins. Coach Schultz going to talk things over right now, and he's sitting on the bench to have this conversation. I like this.
That is a learned eye seeing something that he wants to address, and the guys are absolutely locked in, right? And this is not a fiery speech being had. This is a calm readjustment. Yes, well, let's put it in perspective. Yes, you've given up 3 goals, but you're down 1. You've got 9:26 left to go, right? 1 goal is not the end of the world. It's not even close.
Philip Kuba, former NHL superstar, saying hello to us over on the other side.
A big wave from Coobs is always appreciated.
Yeah, big guy. Played in the NHL.
Yeah, pretty big. You and him have a pretty good combined number of points in the NHL, Dan.
We do. Both coaches a chance to give their skaters a rest. 9:26 left to go in the third. One back up to Rudney. A quick shot off the face-off win. Gloved out of the air by Warren. He'll take no chances at this point.
No, it is make the save and trust the guys to try to win a draw. What you don't want is you don't want to put the buck back into play. You don't even want to think about not just covering up, because that's where things start to get a little bouncy.
To Stephanie. Pushes this one ahead, gets around McDonald and onto the stick of Arizo. He skates on with it. Zarudny now for McDonald. McDonald pokes this one up high into the air with a pitch fork. Taken by DeStefani. He'll forward it on in. Onto the net there of Torgner, using the big paddle to settle. Ricotta, he'll play it cross ice. It's DeFlorio. Up for Forsberg, just out of his way. Forsberg, big hit from behind there to get that puck free. Turns it into the zone, but only as far as Aiden Elkins, who takes it in. Davis will trade places. Forsberg will pressure. McDonald will hit him. Down it comes. Whistle blows, icing the call at 8:39 to go in the third.
Yeah, it sounded like some folks not particularly happy with that one. But you look at a good opportunity here for this SUNY side. And they've got the right guys on the ice as well. I like this look here in this situation. Hopefully you can catch Salve Regina a little tired.
Weberg on the draw. Wins it back for Kovacs. One-timer shot from Walters. Scores! We're all tied up in Trace. It's Sterling Walters. What a shot from the blue line to tie us up.
And Sterling doesn't want silver from this event, Dan. He wants gold. He wants a trophy at the end of this one, and we called it. This is the line you want on the ice. You want them now when Salve Regina might have a line that's a little tired. They win the draw, they get control, they find the opening, they put one home.
What a shot there. Weberg on the draw. Now we're back to center ice. What a ball game we're being treated to. The Tampa College Hockey Invitational Night 2. Two of the best teams in all of NCAA Division III hockey absolutely battling with a trophy on the line. Melso behind his net. He'll take a breather. Panchizin at center, turned over Bramwell. Bramwell tried to find Plaza. Stimple hands on ahead, turned over. Plaza gets it back. Can he continue his heroics? An offside whistle blows with 7:58 to go.
And it feels like there is so much time left here, Dan.
I remind everybody the rules of this event, right? Most points gained wins IIHF style. If this game were to go to overtime, it's 3 points for a regulation win. Salve Regina got a regulation win yesterday. So they are at 3 points and 1-0. Arizo taken down to the ice by Zarudny.
Everyone looking for a call.
Could have been a hold there, not going to get it. Connolly left off for Gatewood. An overtime win, 2 points. Overtime loss, shootout loss, 1 point. A loss in regulation, 0. Tufts 0-1 in this event. 0 points, a -3 goal differential. Salve Regina came into this one +3, 1-0 with 3 points. Right now we're tied. Here comes Stakowiak trying to break that tie. Up for Zarudny. Zarudny, nifty little move to get open with a shot. Save made by Warren. Back up Zarudny. Moves this one along to Florio. Hands on Tortner, spinning with a shot chance. It's sticked away. Hyndman stops him. Now it's going to be outletted the other way for Teddy Hember. Has it stolen away from him by Zarudny. Going to catch him on a change. Giving up Stakowiak, a clap bomb. Save made, steered aside by Warren.
And trying to make a big play there. Some pushing and shoving behind as well.
Turned over to Meski. Walters shot high, scores! Sterling Walters! Absolute filth with the top shelf score.
To borrow one of your phrases, Dan, oh my Lanta, what a shot. Everyone in the rink with the same reaction, stunned, impressed, absolutely excited for this back and forth battle.
3 goals in a row for Salve Regina, 2 in a row here for Geneseo. This is what we came here for.
So much time left for goals.
Sterling Walters. Someone remind him he's a defenseman. He had 1 goal on the year coming in, 3 goals on his career coming in. He's got 2 goals in the 3rd period.
It just goes to show you that even though defensemen may not always have the numbers on the point sheet, they've got some absolutely filthy hands. They could put pucks where they're very hard to get. You give them space near the front, they will make you pay.
Guy saw Philip Kuba, an all-time defenseman from the NHL, walk in the building and wave, and he said, I'm going to put on a show. I'm going to do something here.
I'm going to do it for you, Coobs.
Hamill after this one. Played there in the corner. Trying to fight this one free, they do. Pitched up high over the glove of Bramwell. Out after it now, Elkins. Elkins, Domeski gonna just tie him up. Down to the ice they go. Elkins puts his entire body weight on top of him there to get back to his feet. The whistle blows it dead with 6:10 to go.
The physical battle not relenting for a second here.
No.
And you gotta really enjoy 2 teams battling to the very end. They're going to use every trick in the book right now, whether it's trying to hold guys down without incurring a penalty, trying to see how late behind a play they can take a hit without being called for interference. There's going to be a lot going on in the final 6:10. Make sure you don't go anywhere.
Face-off one, around it comes. Bagnall tied up with Farrell. Bagnall trying to push in front for Greg Diamond. The big man was posted up. Now he'll get involved behind the net. Flipped on along for Kruska. Kruska, that hits the stick of Diamond. Diamond just does not want to let Kruska go. Good work by the big man. Kruska gets it back. He's still trying to get away from Diamond. Diamond's got a tracer on him. Just can't let him free. Melso, Diamond, beautiful pass for Bagnall, trailed by McDonald. He'll give to him. McDonald, nice pass on him. Melso knocked aside. Beautiful work on the back check there. Getting involved with that one, number 10, Karsten Kruska, and Cody Plaza, number 25. 5:15 left to go. Day 2 of the 3-day-long Tampa College Hockey Invitational. Plaza puts that one on net. The whistle blows as it's covered up. Lucas Jones getting ready to go ice side for our star of the game presentations. But you guys don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen watching at home. We've got plenty of time left for some more antics down here. Salve Regina, offensive zone draw. On it for Geneseo, Ryan Forberg. Beautiful face-off win. The Knights move it ahead through the legs of Deisman. Down after it, whistle blows. Hember wins that race for the icing call. 4:58 on the clock. We got to go back to that timeout from Coach Schultz. You want to know what? You win that many games, you win 331, you know when to call the timeout, you know when to pull the trigger, and he gets down at eye level with the guys, and you could see it wasn't a dressing down, it was a moment of conversation with them. Felt like a moment where you're trying to tell your guys to remember who they are, and they did just there. Salve Regina trying to find their success yet again. They had 3 goals in about 8 minutes of ice time. They need one more to tie this thing back up. That's poked away from Brunton. Brunton gives back over for Bramwell. Back up Brunton. Brunton across the center line. Trailing is Calder. That one's flipped up and out the center ice for Hamill to reel in. Hember set the pick there for him. Heineman reels it around again. Back out of his net to play it, Torgner. Move past Walters. Hamill. Tipped on forward, Ricardo takes him down. They go splashing everywhere. DeFlorio now. He backs up into Brunton. 4 minutes left. Brunton behind the play will not let go of DeFlorio. Down on top of him, they're tangled up. Walters, that one centered on, it'll find Weberg. Weberg backhand shovel, hits the glass, around it comes. Back out for Kovacs. Kovacs off a body, brings it in. 3:39 left to go. Touch there behind the net by Selby Warren. Gives this one along. Stakowiak will hit him hard. Down they splash. Torgner wants it. Plaza after this one. Joining him, Roger Davis. It's fired right back out. Geneseo, no nonsense defense here. Just leave the zone with it when you can. Mabet will reel this one around in front of the bench of Geneseo. You see all those heads leaning back. Pushed on, little saucer pass ahead. Stakowiak reaches the line, pushes it in. Obedient line change. It's that time of the game now. Geneseo clock watching, trying to find this thing and work it down to the end. Gatewood pushes this along. So many important pairwise points ahead for these two. Who will bring them home? Plaza. Off a stick with it. Gatewood knocks it away. They got to get back on side again. Another change here for the Seahawks. Fresh skates coming out for Gatewood. He'll trade places on the ice with Forberg. This one deflects. No icing coming. Hard hit from behind by Greg Diamond. That Diamond is rough right there with a hard hit. Forberg tries to play it. 2:15 left to go. Diamond pushes it ahead. Looks towards the bench for a moment. He'll stay on for now. 2 minutes left to go. Demiski fires that one in front. It's knocked aside. Here comes Hamill. Trying to find some help. He's pressured and pestered by DeFlorio. Down to the ice they both go. Diamond takes it away. Bramwell takes him down. 1:50 left now. Netminder's still in. They can't control the puck enough to get him out. What a job by Geneseo. We've had the ice moving here for the last 3.5 minutes straight, keeping this puck in the neutral zone. Now pushing it down behind the net of Warren. He looks towards the bench again. They got to control this thing to get him out of there. 1:30 left to Stephanie. There goes Warren. 6-on-5 we skate. Empty net. Fired for the on-angle save made. That one shoveled out. It's going to be erased to the other end. The icing call will come. No changes here for Geneseo. With 1:18 left, we skate 6-on-5. Coach Punske grabbing the whiteboard. You'll see if he takes the timeout. He will. Well, we saw potentially the timeout of the year taken on one end by Coach Schultz. Will this be the same for Coach Punske? Both sides on the bench right now, working through this one. Both head coaches heavily involved in the conversation. Lucas Jones getting ready ice side. Mike Badgie listening in right now saying, Dan K, you are the man, we miss you. What about Lucas? Lucas down there doing all the work, getting things done. Brian Linzer's the one putting us on the air. We're up here yapping. This is what I do. 1:18 left to go. We got a big one with trying to see who we're going to see on the ice right now. Watching Coach Punske's whiteboard here, seeing what he's got drawn up. Cody Plaza getting involved. At the last moment there, Plaza put his hand up to the whiteboard and asked Punske if he could change a little something there. Looks like he's got an idea. Sending out to the ice, Mabet, Brunton, Arizo, Hamill, DeStefani, and Plaza. 6-on-5, they skate. The net is vacated for Salve Regina. An immediate scrum here in the corner. 1:10 on the clock. It continues to tick. Hamill trying to step out of that fray. They can't get it free. Now they do. In the corner, it's tied up again. Now pushed on for Plaza. 1 minute left to go. Just too hard on the pass there for Arizo. Couldn't get him. This one reels around the boards and out. The hand up here. Will it reach the end line? It does for an icing. 48.2 seconds left to go. And the icing whistle brings us back down the other end. Stakowiak, Weberg. Weberg been real good in the face-off circle. He'll take this one. Who'll win it? Mabet versus Weber. It's caught up in the skates. Stakowiak, a diving clearance. What a play by Nate the Great. That one huge. Seahawks have to reset. Tapped along by Arizo. All the way back down for DeStefani. 30 seconds left. DeStefani pushes it down. Deisman going to pressure him. Mabed trying to find Plaza. The clearance attempt doesn't make its way out. Pitchfork to the corner. They got to get this thing away from the boards. Turned over to Plaza. Quick shot. Redirects high off the glass. Trouble knock on. Will they tie it up? No. It'll be fired on down. Full ice look here. It's not going to be an icing. It's when they blow the whistle with 8.5 to go. Geneseo wins the race down the ice. It's only Knights down there. An empty net goal was certain. At the very least, the clock run out in the corner. And the whistle blows and brings it out to center. Oh, I've heard of a bad beat. This would be the worst one if they find a way to score in the 8.5 seconds left. The Ice Knights, you got to give it to them, smiles on their bench right now and laughing. The Seahawks still have time. You've seen a call like that before, but I do not know if you've seen one in this moment with 3 skaters all down the ice. from the offending icing team. It comes out the center because it obviously was not an icing. The face-off is won. It's jammed on ahead. Demeski will pressure. The buzzer sounds. Knights reign here in Tampa, Florida. The Sunshine State shines on that State University of New York Geneseo with a win. 4-3 the final score. I think the easiest selection of all time for star of the game on the Knights side of things is the man who was solid gold today. It's Sterling Walters out of Windsor, Ontario. Stick around here. We'll have our winning and losing team stars of the game in this one. Both sides will pick them. Lucas Jones will be down ice side for photos and interviews. What a game we've been treated to. You got to see these two teams again. Like, I get it. Salve Regina, we talked about it during the first intermission interview. No conference tie this year. Changing conferences next season to the Conference of New England. It's tough to get into the dance without that conference affiliation. You need the auto bid. The two performances they put on down here, to fly down after a long break, to get on the ice for the first time against two top 25 teams in the Tufts Jumbos and the Geneseo Ice Knights. To see a performance like this at a Jay Punske in his first year behind the bench and this Salve Regina squad, this is one of the best teams in the country, easily set. 13-2 on the season, 1-1 in the tournament. To update you on what this means for everyone, Salve Regina ends play with a +2 goal differential and a 1-1 record. Geneseo now 1-0 and tied for first place. If they lose tomorrow, it can be a three-way tie. It's going to be a fun one. Now we go ice side for the post-game with Lucas Jones.
I would like to thank everybody who came this evening. What a great hockey game. That was big boy hockey. Obviously, congratulations goes to Geneseo. Super game, super win. But absolutely hats off to the guys from Newport, Rhode Island, and Salve. You played yourself proud. You played real hockey. I also always like to take this opportunity to thank the officials. Without officials, nothing happens. To Dan Kay, Obi-Wan, everybody that's made this thing possible. A game like tonight was why we did this. So thank you so much for coming.
And now we get to our stars of the game, one from each team. From the Salve Regina side, the goaltender number 29, Selby Warren. Selby, come on out. Selby, let's talk this game first. I know obviously your team didn't get the result, but what a performance from you in net. What was it like to stare down shot after shot after shot in a game at this high of a tempo?
I mean, you just take it one shot at a time, one period at a time. It was a good game back and forth, and yeah, and it was what it was. Now,
this event, to get down to Tampa, to play in an invitational like this, how much fun was this event for you and the boys?
It was, very enjoyable. Get an opportunity to come down here like this with the team. But, yeah, it was a great experience.
Thank you so much. Great job in net. And now we go to the winning side, SUNY Geneseo. Number 5, Sterling Walters with 2 goals.
Maybe the easiest selection in star of the game history here, Sterling Walters, the game tying goal, the game sealing goal, the second one top shelf to win this one for the Geneseo Knights. SUNY in celebration mode here, and now we go ice side with Lucas and our star of the game, Sterling Walters.
I think we're calling this potentially the easiest selection of all time. 2 of the filthiest goals we've seen. You're on another level tonight. How are you seeing things out there on the ice?
I'm just playing hard. My teammates help me out.
Now, you've got another game tomorrow. Tomorrow's game extremely important for your side. Is this going to be a restful night tonight? Is there going to be some film tonight, or are you just locked in for tomorrow's game?
We're probably going to eat some dinner, go back to the hotel, probably just hang out, and then come out to win tomorrow.
Translation, the boys are locked in. Thank you so much, and great job today. We'd like to thank both teams. We'd also like to thank our sponsors, Overspeed Hockey and Ice Time. That's going to do it for us from the rink tonight. We've got one more game tomorrow as SUNY Geneseo takes on Tufts.